everybody, and welcome to Save or Die Outcasts. So, party. We're in a tavern. You're in Valebrook. Last we left, y'all were just hanging out, having a chat. So, let's pick it up from there.
Yeah, so I've just come back to the tavern after scouring the job boards, and we're discussing gathering gold to join the library so I can do my research. So, I say, oncogs are deadly. But I've got some sleep spells. As long as it's only one or two, we could probably handle it. I admit, if there's more, if there's 4 or 5, or a particularly big one, maybe we'll have to run, but, gotta make gold somehow.
I think the real value in the Ankh eggs isn't the gold per head. I think it's the fact that I could get armor. It's some of the best armor in the realm for its cost. We would just have to find a smith who can actually work it.
God, I mean, you know any smiths that can make Ankh armor?
Ankh armor?
Whoa. What are we talking about here, everyone?
You don't know about the Ankh armor?
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
No, what I'm saying is that if you want to make Ankh armor, it's not going to be cheaper than buying equivalent armor.
What do you mean it's not cheaper than buying plate? We have the raw materials for it. All we have to do is pay someone to work it.
Yeah, but that's a highly specialized job. That's like finding someone to polish a mirror for the Hubble telescope. It's just a piece of glass. All you got to do is polish it. But you're working with exotic materials and exotic components. It is not going to be just to set everyone's expectations. It's not going to be we're going to kill some Ankh eggs and shell out a couple of pennies, and now we've got cheaper, better plate armor. Because otherwise,
well, it's not better
there wouldn't be
armor.
A listing for Ankh eggs, right?
It's not better plate armor.
Okay.
But if you could get armor from Ankh eggs that was cheaper than just making it the traditional way, you wouldn't be having job postings for Ankh eggs. You'd have job postings for, has anyone seen an Ankh egg? I'll give you some money.
I appreciate what you're saying.
Just to get it out of the way, heads up. If you want to go get Ankh egg armor, you can. But to be very, very clear, it is not cost effective.
So obviously, as Arachis is very wise, Neil did interrupt me there. I say, you really think you're going to be able to find someone to make Ankh armor? Think about it, Garp. If it was that easy, there wouldn't be jobs to have Ankh eggs killed. There'd be job postings looking for Ankh eggs to kill them for people to make cheap armor. You just got to think.
Yes, think about it for 1 second.
Even the man who lives in the woods his whole life knows this. But Garp does have a point. The heads might be worth only, 10 gold? But the scales and body, there might be someone out there who is looking for this kind of exotic material. Arachis, would you know if this kind of material would be easier to make some sort of magically enchanted armor with? So that might have a higher price than, say, an equivalent amount of steel?
What I would say is that not every plate mail armor can be enchanted, but the intricacies of making armor from Ankh egg probably means that any armor made from their shells could be enchanted, because it would have to be bespoke, high-value work.
That would make sense. So we could get materials that would fetch a higher price, particularly if there's someone out there rich enough to put together some enchanted armors. Although, I don't know if many people exist that can do that kind of work.
Aren't you meant to be going to meet one? Or someone who might be able to find one? Maybe we could make a deal with your girlfriend there. We kill the Ankh eggs, we supply enough shells so she can train someone.
Let's be honest, Renatus, you're not getting any younger, old man. And you're going to need that armor more than I will.
Renatus will push himself away from the table and stand up, and he'll say, I've accepted my old age. You've never accepted being a frog, and I'll leave.
That's cold. Wait, I rush out of the tavern to catch Renatus in the street before he gets off. Hey, 1 second. Just, keep a cool head. Don't get us into any trouble in there. Don't do anything stupid.
I drink Arachis' drink.
Any more stupid than what those guys get up to?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Don't go anywhere near that level of stupidity. Stay completely far away from that end of the scale.
Renatus bursts. Renatus completely catches him off guard, and it actually cheers him up as he. Okay, all right.
Yeah, she might look friendly, but she'll cut your head off in an instant if it'll be beneficial to her. So just be careful.
Of course.
These people are ruthless.
I'm going here to improve our station, to improve our position, not to send us all to the gallows.
And remember, if you need to talk about me, Sakara, not
Sakara.
Arachis.
Zakara.
All right, good luck.
All right. Best of luck. And I'll stick out my hand.
I head back inside. I see Garp drink my pint. I just go
Wait,
to the bar again.
he totally left me hanging with that.
Wait,
hand.
did you not hear him? He
sorry,
stuck out his
sorry.
hand.
No, yeah, sorry.
No, I walk away. He totally misses the social cue, and I
I
leave.
miss it.
Make him roll for
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, perception
Wow.
check. That's
Come on, give him a perception check. Okay.
I noticed.
See
There
him
you
roll
go.
one.
I notice.
All right,
I
he
shake
takes.
your hand.
So
takes
you
my hand.
intentionally left him behind then, is what
You
I'm
noticed I just
no,
left.
I trick him. You know, I make him think that I'm.
Oh, you do the
leaving
old
him. Yeah.
behind the
Do
ears.
that.
Okay.
But then
Can
I
I attempt
clasp
to
your
pick a
shoulder
pocket
and
him
say,
as he
"Good
leaves?
luck." Yeah, you can do that.
Go
would like-
for it.
I would like to go for his his pouch, my pouch. It's like, okay, you do the hand thing. I'm taking some of your money.
Okay.
Let me
Say
find
that.
my skill page. There we go. Okay. You want to
Make sure to call your rolls out, by the way.
He's rolling low, I think.
I want to pick pockets on
pick
your
pockets?
thief.
All right, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
That's 75 or lower.
Oh my god. A 4 is a very low roll there. That's a wild success.
I take his
I
coin
think,
pouch
you know,
and replace
say
it
roll-
with a turnip.
You can't say my entire.
you
I think
cannot replace a turnip coin pouch with a turnip. There's no way to attach a turnip to a belt.
It's about the same weight.
But you can't attach a turnip to a person's body like that.
Okay,
You know, and
I
if you're going to
just-
be taking his coin pouch, what you're doing is you're just slashing the threads that would hold
my
it to
God.
his waist, which is fine,
Okay.
totally fine. But you can't then reattach a turnip to his belt via magic. But you can take the coin pouch. Let's just
maybe if
keep
I
this very
had-
reasonable.
Maybe if I had like that thing where the masters of like sleight of hand have people on stage and they're like undressing them and then like replacing the watch on the wrist. If I had like multiple attempts, I could maybe do something like that. Fair.
Totally. Or if you were taking something out of his
That
pocket.
sounds sick.
Oh, have you not seen those?
Where they
So-
undress them? Is it? Oh, dude, it's like they should have one where it's like half strip show, half like sleight of hand show. Where's the guy just taking off clothes off of some hot women, and you're like, how did he even take the top? Where did the top even go?
Neil's a dungeon
Sick.
master for a reason.
True.
So
right.
Jamie,
Best one I
I've
ever
got.
saw was the guy took off the other guy's tie without him noticing, put it on himself, and then was like, "Oh, what happened to your tie?" And the other guy was like, "Wait, what the?" Like looking at
That's
him
awesome.
wearing it. It's amazing.
I have two coin pouches, and I have the majority of my gold in my bag. But I do have 2 coin pouches, one with silver coins, one with gold coins. So
I'm yoink.
Make him roll.
you too.
2 is the... Wait, which one's which, Nick?
Wait, I've been around you long enough that I
One
would
is
know.
silver, 2 is gold.
You've reached into that pocket to pull out gold. I would know which one was which.
In check.
taking
though.
the
Give
with
me
silver
an
and check.
intelligence
Yeah.
check, please.
Okay.
Maybe you're paying attention to these details. Maybe you're not. Maybe you can't remember.
You think it's the wrong one.
No.
Yeah,
I
so
would
you steal
opt
my
to-
you steal
I
my
would opt to
silver
take the
pouch.
silver one. That's fine.
It's got 27 silver in it.
That's okay. I just wanted to inconvenience you for the handshake thing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, consider it done.
Done.
I head back inside to replace my pint. I reach for my silver coin purse and realize it's gone.
Oh
Right.
my god.
Begrudgingly have to pay with a gold piece.
Oh my god.
And then I get some change, and I realize
You had to
that
break
I've got,
100.
Yeah, but I've got no coin pouch for silver coins anymore, so now I've got to put the silver in with the gold coins.
Oh my
What's-
god, the inconvenience.
Yeah, what started out as a mild annoyance is growing to be actually quite
He's
a
pissed.
serious event.
Arachis comes back to the table pissed off.
Yeah, so I bring my drink back and I come and sit back down. I didn't say anything, I just sort of bubble under the surface.
You'll get your
All
coin
right.
pouch back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. So, what do you guys think then? On kegs? No on kegs? Either way, I need some gold to get in that library.
Well, if you're as smart as you... Oh, sorry, Grau, go ahead.
It seems like this killing these things or whatever is important to you guys. So I'll join you guys. It seems like you guys know what you're doing.
It's not just about killing Grau. Do you know, you know how there's some invasive species in your forest, I'm sure, right? Some things taking
Oh
over?
yeah. Oh
Humans.
yeah. The
Well, that-
squirrels. Oh my god.
Well, that's what the Ankegs are for us. These weren't meant to be here. Somehow they got here, and now they're multiplying and destroying our lands.
Oh, okay.
So we have to get rid of them.
So we should
They're
get rid of
pests.
all of them then, right?
Yes, we should
Every
kill
time we
every
see one, we
Ankeg.
should. Okay.
Yes.
We should go find as many as possible and get.
No. That's an impossibility. We need to.
It's not
kill
our
a
life
few
goal.
so they learn to stay away from our land.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Warn them. off.
And
Like
maybe
when I
we
go into the town and I don't behave like a proper human and they chase me out, so they never want
There
me
you
to
go.
come again because I'm a bear.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
Like that.
Exactly.
Except these things
he
won't be
almost
as smart
says
as you,
because
Grau,
I'm
so
a
we'll have to
bear
kill
and
them.
then notices there's like people around and he's speaking really loudly and then stops himself.
You know, you're getting smarter, Grau. I'm impressed. You're gonna overtake Arachis soon. It's not that much of a feat, but
You'll be on the chopping block first, Garp, trust me. Luckily, you can swing that glaive of yours quite well.
I think I'm
Thanks,
already
my
smart enough
chances.
to not get into trouble because I'm stealing a stack of paper.
There you go. Yeah.
I
Depends what's on the paper, Grau, but fair point, well made.
neck my pint, and the scene switches to Jamie.
All right, Jamie, you're heading out through the streets. It's dark now. You're supposed to be meeting this magistrate about like an hour after dark or so. And you're headed to the little fort inside the city of Valebrook that the magistrate has been using, that the Verossi Empire is using as a focal point for their oversight here. You can get over there like you did before, and there's the guards out front, and the same guy that was there earlier is still there, and he looks pretty impatient, but when he sees you coming, he will quickly wave you down, grumble something about having to stay extra to keep an eye out for you, and quickly lead you inside the building. But first, he'll stop and frisk you. He's going to find your weapons, which he will, without even asking you, he'll just begin to start taking off like your sword belt or your dagger belt or whatever it is. Or if the dagger is attached to your primary belt, he'll just like slide the dagger out and hand it to a nearby guard.
Oh yeah,
Is that-
like
is this all
as
copacetic?
he's like searching me, I'll be like, oh yeah, right, and I'll start like pulling my extra daggers out of like hidden places and like handing them to him.
And this is when he will find Abigail. I don't know where she hangs most of the time.
She has like a pouch on
she-
my back that she like pokes out of, like a little, you know.
Right, yeah, because he'll flip open your bag. He'll quickly go through your bag, making sure there's no, I don't know, IEDs in there or something, and he'll find a ferret. I'll look down at this creature. I'll look up at you, and I'll look down at the creature. And he'll say, what is this?
It is my traveling companion that I use to make money, and I will make a little noise. Abigail will like start to climb out and climb up on my head, and look like one of those like fur hats curled on my head. And then
It looks well trained.
I'll flick my head back, and Abigail will pop up like and do that.
He shakes his head. You're gonna have to leave this outside too.
Oh, but the magistrate really likes Abigail. Last time I did
Sorry.
for her.
Nope. No trainable animals inside the compound. Had issues with people trying to steal stuff using their trainable pets.
Understandable.
You understand.
Understandable. I look up above me. Are there rafters here?
You're still outside while they're doing the exchanging of things. But there's like a palisade wall, and then there's kind of an open area for a little while. Yeah.
I will ask him, how long are you on shift?
Oh, I'm leaving right now. I've been waiting for you. Shift ended 2 hours ago. Making me stay extra just to keep an eye out for you. Sons of bitches.
I'll take out Abigail's pouch, and I'll kind of tie it up, and I'll tell Abigail, like, I'll basically give Abigail the signal to, like, lie still and hide. And is there, like, are there pillars here? Is there, like, a dark corner I can tuck the bag behind?
You can just give it to the guy who's taking your weapons if you want. He's
No.
like handing them to someone else. You'll get it on your way back out. But that
Okay.
would put her squarely in the hands of the guard.
I say, it's This is like giving up your son. You know, this is like giving up a farmer's farm. This is how I survive in this world. This is my moneymaker. I can't. This is very precious to me. I can't just hand it over without some assurances, without some insurance. This is a very valuable item. It's worth multiple silver and gold per day for me. You have an insurance policy here that I could read?
Yeah. I keep it right here, and he, starts to undo his pants a little bit, and then just kind of gives you a wry smile.
Oh my god.
I ask the person he's handing it to, would it be okay if Abigail stayed on your shoulder for the time I'm in the compound? So she can stay
The
safe.
guy looks at you, looks at the rodent,
It's a
looks back
mustelid.
at you.
It's a mustelid, not a rodent. Okay, listen, let's not start this shit again, okay? We've been over this. It's like
Just
a,
fucking leave it in the bag.
Dude, it's
Jesus,
like-
why do you
it's-
even hang out with these,
it's a cat snake.
weasels?
It's a cat snake, okay? It's just a long cat. It haunts mice. That's what it's for.
Yeah, but do you smell that?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
gross.
some of that is me, okay? Some of that.
Does it bite?
It bites. If you hurt it, it bites, and it bites rats. You got a rat problem
If
here?
it bites me, I'm gonna choke it.
Well, you'll owe me a lot of money if you choke it. And I'm quite attached to it, too. It is my friend. And reluctantly, I'll tie it up in the bag, and I'll reassure.
All right.
And I'll say, please treat this extremely gently, or I will be extremely disappointed.
The guards here at the magistrate's headquarters treat you with the amount of respect you would expect from such an empire. They will take the bag that you've lovingly and carefully put your ferret into and just sort of gently toss it on the ground near their feet. With it doesn't fall very far. It's going to be fine. But there's definitely, you were just like, this is important. This is sacred to me. This is my source of livelihood. And they're like, yeah, sure. And they treat it like the TSA will treat your luggage. These people
Thank you
have no respect.
for looking after my ferret. And I'll turn and make my way into the compound, presumably led.
Yes, presumably led. And you will soon find yourself inside this small fortress within the city of Valebrook. And after passing through some hallways and being set in a temporary waiting room, you then get brought to a long hall, like a dining hall sort of situation. And there is Magistrate Zara. She is sat down, eating a meal, kind of late. She's got a cup of wine in a pewter mug. She's got a little plate with some foods on it, a couple other things nearby, a servant waiting with like a whole plate of breadsticks, and you can smell like garlic, and you can smell rosemary, and is that like some sort of Parmesan cheese melted all over those breadsticks or something like that? It smells nice.
If this was
and
a
it's just-
cartoon, I would be floating through the room by my nose right now.
I love how you can tell that Neil went to Olive Garden last night.
I've never been to an Olive Garden, but I'm now remembering that the lunch I put in my toaster oven 45 minutes ago is still sitting there waiting for me.
Oh no.
Right.
All right.
I can't wait for our next break.
Yeah, I step in and I give basically, as per etiquette, would basically be like a servant's bow. I bow deeply, I make no noise, and I wait to be addressed.
Right. She sort of waves you over. And it's a long table. It's maybe 15 feet long with chairs on either side all the way down it, and she's sitting on the far end. So you've got the option to sit across from her or beside her, and you got to make that decision well before you even get to her, while she's still just trying to scarf some food.
I have been invited here, and we got along reasonably well, so I will be brazen and sit beside her.
Based.
All right. You'll come on down her side of the table and pull up a chair near her, and she will, as you're approaching, set the plate down, push it away from her a little bit. Sit back with a sigh and click her fingers, her nails on the table.
Koibu, what's she
Yeah.
wearing?
She's wearing her black robes of a black-robed wizard, as well as the symbols of her sign of her place of power. You know, on her lapel, she's got a brooch. That symbols that she's the magistrate here, and otherwise she looks like she's just. It's been a long day of work. She's in her work clothes. She's got her black robes on. And now that you're here, you'll see, like, you know, there was that servant standing nearby with the plate of breadsticks, but also, like, lurking in the shadows and the alcoves just a little bit beyond are a couple of soldiers or a couple of bodyguards who are nearby, clearly in their own element. Clearly, like, our guard is maybe not 100% because we're in a fortress, but, like, they're around, definitely.
No funny business.
Yeah.
Especially because she's presumably a wizard. Like quite a powerful one if she's a magistrate.
Yeah. Probably.
Does she speak or does she wait for me to speak?
No, she speaks, yeah, because you sat down, you did the bows, she pushes everything back, she leans back in her chair, she looks at you and goes, well, what was your name again?
Renatus Fur, at your service, my lady.
That's what I thought. Mr. Fur.
Renatus, I prefer. And I'll give a little wry smile.
Beautiful.
Renatus. I have some questions for you. And I think you might be disinclined to answer them truthfully. So before we get to my questions, I would like to know what it is you are seeking in this world. And maybe we can find some way that we can mutually benefit from this relationship with so much potential. And she'll kind of make a motion. The servant with the breadsticks will come over and, he'll hold them out for her and she'll grab a couple, put one on her plate, put another, or hand the other to you in like a symbolic breaking bread offer.
I will take the bread and put it on my plate. I'll imitate her moves.
Yeah. Sure. There must be a spare plate lying around that she had breadsticks on that you can take as your own. Then she'll break her bread and begin to munch on it and goes, so, Renatus,
Yes,
my dear
lady.
boy, what is it that you're looking for in this world? Fame, power, glory, money, prestige, status, long-lost family, meaning, purpose, direction? What do you want? Who are you?
May I answer a question? Answer with a question.
Please. Consider this a meeting of friends, or hopefully to be friends.
How much danger am I in if I tell the truth?
I suppose that entirely depends on the truth. If you told me that your greatest desire in all the world was to see me hanging from a spike, you would be in a moderate amount of danger. Not a lot, because, frankly, you have no method of carrying that out, but let's be honest.
I'll sit up and I'll say, do you have access to circles of truth? How honest I'll be will depend upon your answer.
Access. That's a fun word. Access. I have access to great resources. But, as we all know, the world is run by logistics and economics. And whether or not this meeting is worth tapping those resources is the real question.
I don't think it is. And so I won't tell you the full truth, but I will answer your question.
Please.
As you will keep things private about yourself, I will keep things private about myself. I have many goals in this world. One of which is to guide my adopted, I don't know if I would call him a son, but as close as I'll have. He has had a terrible curse fall upon him, and I need to guide him as part of that. One of my goals is revenge on the people who did that to them, who unfortunately are associated with your empire. No one you know, far away, a long time away. Unlikely I'll ever get revenge. So that's more of a and I'll stop and I'll kind of look at the bread and break a piece off and bite it. That's more of a dream, you know? Unlikely to ever happen. So I've contented myself with guiding him. I'd also like to understand magical curses in general, because it is interesting to me how a life can be altered. And I think just staying alive right now is one of my biggest goals. And maybe figuring out a way to make a comfortable life for myself and my adopted son, for lack of a better word.
Well, those are all very reasonable and realistic hopes and dreams and goals. Sometimes I deal with people who wish to be the wealthiest man in the world, or, you know, flooded with a harem of slaves. Lofty, ridiculous, maybe not entirely ridiculous, but, you know, goals that are far beyond their capability. The things that you express here are within my capacity to grant you, to a certain extent. If you're looking to guide your adopted son, for lack of a better term, that is, you know, well outside of my realm. That is clearly a personal goal. But if you're looking for a comfortable life, I can help you reach that level of comfort you so desire. If you're seeking information on curses and how to undo them, well, I don't know the origins of your problems, but I may be able to lead you or send you in the right direction. And if this curse was laid on your adopted son by a member of the Empire, it's a big empire. Millions of people live within it. The leadership is broad and far-reaching. I'm sure you understand that the Empire is not a hive mind.
Oh, yes.
That I am not responsible for the actions of someone far away, nor do I particularly care or even necessarily agree. I am here in Valebrook in the Hornstead Kingdom, doing my job to maintain this region. And if you have problems with other people in the Empire, while I will not help you directly ruin, damage, destroy, fracture, or undermine the fabric of society, it is not my place to administer justice in other regions. And I may be able to provide some clarity on these matters, perhaps, depending on their specific natures.
I appreciate the offer. I didn't think you were going to offer me anything. I expected you to try and take from me. And that is something I appreciate, that you have offered before you've made a request. The thing I would like the most is knowledge of curses. In particular, curses relating to the transformation of the properties of people, transforming them into things, or, you know, changing how their bodies work, and curses of that nature.
The school of alteration and transmutation. It's a wide varied. It's actually the largest school of all magic. It is something a great many of my kind, she says, motioning to her robes, spend their lifetime studying. There are as many forms of alteration as there are spellcasters and beyond. I would be willing to point you in the right direction on such issues. Curses are not my specialty. And I think when we're talking about the polymorphing of one person into another form, as it sounds like you're saying, that is not my realm of magic. But there are those out there who know of such things and can help you in such matters. And I may be able to request information about specific individuals that may aid you on this quest of yours. If you do not know the name of the person who transformed your friend, your son, I may be able to find their name, or at least what section of the empire they are under. That sort of information, which will not give you answers, but will lead you in the right direction.
I think there's actually a way you can help me immediately. There is a library in the city, that requires 100 gold to access, which, as you can imagine, as a traveling entertainer and transmogrified person, it's hard to scrap up that much cash when you don't have a permanent base or property. So that would be a way to make an immediate friendship with me. And of course, things in return can be requested, depending on what you need, my lady. We've talked a lot about me, but what is it that you desire?
I have all the manpower and materiel I could want. I have plenty of warriors at my beck and call, and the wide spectrum of magic at my fingertips. What I am missing is information about the area that has been intentionally kept from me, or may have eluded my grasp. The Hornstead Kingdom is a large place. There are vast swaths of forests and uncountable acreages of swamp. This place is an unmanageable hellhole in some ways, in which escape is easy and non-detection is painfully obvious. I would like some information that you have. And I would like to form a ongoing relationship where I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I'm not asking you to put yourself in any danger, perform any heroic deeds. I wish you to pay me a visit from time to time and speak to me as a friend about the things you encounter on a narrow range of topics.
That seems like a very doable, it seems like a very actionable arrangement. I'm extremely experienced in the swamp and in the marshes and the areas thereof. I have lived there for 2 years, if not more. The passage of time when you're living in the wilderness, it's hard to keep track.
Recently, when we first met, you were heading up a wagon filled with glassware from here in Valebrook. I would like to know for whom this order was purchased and where the glass was taken.
This puts me in a difficult position. If I tell you exactly, the question is, am I betraying my contract? I would think so. And so, if I tell you, I am now no longer holding up my part of the contract, which means any compact we make comes into question. And if I don't tell you, our allegiance hangs in the balance. And so you have given me an impossible task.
You know, in life,
If-
we have a lot of allegiances. We're supposed to be true and faithful to our family. We need to respect our parents. We need to honor our liege lords. We need to obey our kings and emperors. We must stay faithful to the teachings of the gods. There are many contracts, verbal, legal, social, spiritual, that we must uphold, and from time to time they come in conflict. No man can honor every aspect of his word all the time for his whole life. There always will come a time where two oaths, two promises, two agreements conflict. And how we manage those conflicts says a great deal about us. I understand you may have a conflict here. You should take your time to decide how best you wish to resolve it. I can not tell you that my friendship will be more valuable to you than whoever this is, but I can tell you that she kind of motions to this fort, am in a place of usefulness. I have access to information and supplies that your friend, your employer, has not shared with you. Otherwise, you would not be requesting that information.
That is true.
Something I can provide you with. So take some time. Think on this. Understand I come here with friendship and mutual trade in mind.
Would it offend my lady if I gave you an incomplete answer?
Suppose that depends on how incomplete it is.
Okay, out of character real quick. The goods were we brought them to the north towards the mouth, right? Towards the maw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You took them through the mall. Yeah. If we look at this map, which, by the way, is not the final map, this is a work in progress, but these maps take forever to make right, so it's not pretty enough yet. But Keygate is here, and you are out somewhere in the mall, over here-ish.
The goods were brought to Keygate into the maw. And my client is to the swamp as you are to the city. A powerful entity.
Does your client have a name? A symbol, perhaps, they go by?
My assumption is that the name that I was given was false, and I saw no symbol that I would recognize. But
Please share with me your false names.
her name that she told us was Autumn. And she seems to be quite interested in wildlife. She doesn't ever give us quests or missions that relate to civilization. Oftentimes it's scouting the marshes or, finding animals. For example, I'm pretty sure she runs experiments on dogs. She really doesn't want anything to do with the rest of society, as far as I can tell.
I see. Are you aware that the glassware you have provided her is indicative of a spellcaster of great power and potential?
Oh yes, she could vaporize us if I blinked wrong in her presence.
Arcane in nature?
That is harder to tell.
Oh no, based on the laboratory equipment, most certainly.
This is knowledge
never
that would
heard
be
of it.
out of my expertise, and I'll have to rely on you.
Would you be willing to share with me whether this location is to the left of the Maw Path or to the right of the Maw Path?
I fear that would betray my contract.
I
And
understand.
this is roughly as much information as I feel comfortable giving you.
I understand. And I appreciate your forthwith and honest nature. I shall send word to the Temple of Mathis and Saphia that a man named Renatus Fur will come by in the next few days, and that they should give you a library card in your name. I will cover the fees for it for the first year. If you
Thank you, my
decide
lady.
you have more information that may be relevant to me, to my interests in this area, which extend to other creatures or people of interest, those who might have the ability to destabilize our region and bring warfare to where I have strived to make peace.
If I
Know that-
believed that Autumn planned to disrupt the balance of this land, and that you would deal with her, I would give you that information. I
Wait.
know how to switch during this shifting sands.
1 second, because Potato was never there, but our characters would have talked about this in the fucking weeks of us traveling.
Right.
I would have told you about the fireflies in Swampside, and it would probably have given you the name of Forest and kind of how they're just like a terrorist organization there, and they're in the guards.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
I don't know if you want to share that, but that is something your character would know. I just know you weren't there for the session, but I would have told you about it. So, go ahead.
Okay. But speaking of destabilization, there are rumors near the swamps that rebellion, or not rebellion, unrest stirs from the lowliest peasant to officers, depending on who, when, and where they have come from. I'm sure this is not a surprise, considering you're a magistrate of the Empire. But unrest, when it starts to become public, that's when it starts to become a problem. So I would hope in exchange for that information.
Are you telling me that the people of the swamp are not only revolting, but now they are rebelling?
It's more so that the instruments that you consider your assets may be compromised.
Please, tell me more.
A magical shop in Swampside was burnt down by an organization.
Mystiques. A great loss for us all. Do you know something about the destruction of that particular shop? Which I myself have relied upon and continue to do so? Well, not going forward.
I know the name of the perpetrator and the organization that he belongs to. And this...
My dear friend, Renatus Fur. I can see we will have a long and mutually productive relationship.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be in your company, my lady. However, this is more information. And further friendship should be negotiated for it. I will give it to you and allow you to decide upon how much it is worth. A man named Forrest, who is a member of the Fireflies, burnt down the magical shop.
A man named Forrest. You said members of... You implied that this rebellious activity existed among the various strata of society.
Oh yeah, he's in the guard. He's a soldier. He's in the Empire's ranks.
I see. A man named Forrest who is assigned to Swampside?
I believe so.
Thank you, Mr. Fur.
You're welcome.
Dear Renatus.
I
shall
allow
do my
you
best.
to choose the usefulness and payment for this information.
Tell me a little bit about this adopted son of yours, that I might be able to find out who or what may have been involved in his transmogrification, and point you in a direction for further insight and research. Let's call it.
I lean back in my chair and I say, it's not his turn. He hasn't accepted that he's a frog yet. I, however, would like to be young again.
Oh, should be young again. I cannot help you reverse your age. Time
Even
comes
if it
for
was
us all.
magically applied.
She shakes her head. Fate and time come for us all. Only the greatest of wizards of ages past have been able to prolong their life significantly. It is, She shakes her head. I hate to say, but the gift of long life was never meant for our kind, and it escapes all of us. Even
Did
I
she-
will succumb to old age.
Did she/you not hear him say it was magically applied?
We heard.
Okay.
Okay. I would appreciate if you could find out more about magical aging, and if it can be undone or mitigated in some way. I wasn't aged that much, but, and I'll like creak as I move, it did a lot of damage.
All sorts of alteration magic can be used. People can be aged in many ways. People can be transformed in many ways. How these things are undone is dependent entirely upon how they are begun. The cure for a spider bite is not the same as the cure for a snake bite. And even within snakes, you must find the appropriate antivenom. One from a rattlesnake will not work for a viper.
I don't know how I was aged. I woke up like this.
Do you know who?
I come from Vantus. So someone there.
And do you know when?
5 years ago.
She nods. I shall make inquiries. It may take some time for information to travel. Do come see me again. I will uphold my end of our bargain. And I will always seek to be a friend to those who help bring stability to the world. Thank you very much for your time, Renatus. She will hold out a hand.
I assume that she would like me to bend down and kiss it? Or take it? How does she hold it out?
The
ring?
fingers down are indicative of, like, you may kiss my hand.
I give like a very swooping and gleeful flourish, and I bend down and give a slightly more romantic than appropriate kiss. Slightly flirty.
She makes no acknowledgement of it. You know, not a I enjoyed that, not a that was weird. Just totally accepts it and moves on like it's a totally normal thing.
Oh, you're not even gonna. She doesn't reciprocate. She doesn't like think it's cute me flirting with her.
Well, give me a charisma check. Maybe it's really, really subtle, but she's definitely not trying to show any sort of
This is my dump stat, okay?
reciprocation.
People
How
who
is
are
this your
watching.
dump stat?
People who are watching, okay? I need you to give your power to the dice, okay? I rolled a nat 20 last time I tried to charm this lady. If I get another nat 20, she has to like me, okay?
Calling a 3 right now.
Don't call
3.
Peachel, don't curse me like this. Okay, I'm
3.
rolling it.
This is a
three.
chance to see if you can read the situation, though, not to see how
Oh.
you charmed her, I think.
That's
I
true.
thought it was
yeah.
a charm. Am I reading her or charming her?
This is how you're reading her. If you want to do a roll for how well you can, like, apply a delicate kiss, that's a separate roll. Tell me which one you want to make.
I'm rolling the delicate. I'm rolling if the flirt works, okay?
Okay, so we're going to roll for how well you flirt, then we're going to roll for how well you can read her attempts at hiding her reaction. So first is how effective your flirting may be.
All right, give me the nat
How
20.
good you come off.
16.
24?
24 total.
Modifier.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
good.
That's a nice, you know, the lips have the right amount of pressure. They linger with the, like, relaxing pressure, and maybe just like a hint of breath upon the exit.
All right, boom.
And can you read her face?
All right, we're reading. 2. 10 total.
Stoic, calm. A million men have kissed her hand today.
I will melt that ice fortress, okay? I'm coming for that castle.
Nice.
I'm besieging that fortress.
All right. Well, Jamie, you can exit the scene. You will find all of your gear returned to you. Abigail is cozily sleeping in her bag, even though it was tossed carelessly to the side.
I apologize to Abigail and give her lots of cuddles and kisses because she is my special little wiggly worm cat thing.
How do you know what my pet names are for my wife?
Because those are my pet names for your wife. No, sorry.
My God, guys.
All right. With that, why don't we go to our first break while the party reconvenes at the tavern, and we'll see what's happening on the other side of a break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Save or Die Outcasts. The party reconvenes in the tavern. But before they reconvene, was there anything else happening in the tavern of note?
I don't think so.
No, I
think
think
so.
we were just drinking and hanging out. If anyone gives the bullywug a funny look, I might give him a look back, but
Oh, yeah,
calm
definitely
the
get funny
evening.
looks.
I flip him off.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually, Renatus will come on back after maybe an hour. What do you tell them, Renatus? Everything? Nothing?
Oh, Renatus, you're back. How did it go?
Just give me a moment while I think about what I'm going to say to you guys.
What does that mean?
No, I'm saying this out of character, sorry.
You have the whole walk back to decide what you're going to tell them. And so you think about this as you trot back. Lies, truth.
Did you end up mating with her?
Not quite, but I think we should talk
You
about
smelled
this
her.
stuff.
You smelled her bottom a little bit. Yeah, I've done that.
I shared bread with her.
Was it romantic or business?
It was business, and it's actually the nature of that business that I would like to talk to you all about.
Yeah, what did she want?
Well, I think it's something we shouldn't talk about here. We can talk about it on the road tomorrow, or we can talk about it in our room. Do we have a private room at this tavern?
You guys haven't booked a room for the night. Generally speaking, in society like this, you've got like private rooms, and then you've got like the big common room. The big common room is cheap as shit, but you're sort of like splayed out with a whole bunch of other people in a warm, sheltered place, but it's like cheap. Or you can try and get like a room. And the rooms are usually the method of the day is like there are a certain number of rooms, and then there are, that number of rooms plus something number of beds, and you might get a private room. You might have to share a room with someone. If you want a room specifically to yourself, you got to pay a little bit extra. But it could be the sort of thing where like there's 3 rooms in the place, the 4 of you show up, you go 2, 1, 1, and then 3 other people show up, and then they get to bunk with you. So like the rooming situation is always going to be like a little bit awkward. If you want like a private room, guaranteed private, you pay a premium.
Could I get a single room for the 4 of us? Because we basically need a private room for Grau to sleep in.
Yes.
Because when he falls asleep, he turns into a 400-pound bear? 300?
Yeah. No, yeah, so 5 gold
It's smelly,
gets you a
too.
private room in this city.
I would like to attempt to haggle that. How busy is the bar tonight? How busy is it? Like, what day of the week is it? Is it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? If it's a Monday, there's no way.
Renatus is a fucking haggler, always, no matter
Tonight
what.
is Friday the 26th of October. It is
Fuck.
Friday night, buddy.
It's busy, so I'm just like, I'm lucky to pay 5 gold for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pay the money. It pains me to pay this, but I did just make us 100 gold by exchanging information.
Wait, I have a question for Neil.
So
Yeah.
Because you said it's a Friday night. Are weekends like a thing in this,
Not like they
Period of
are in
time.
the contemporary world.
right?
They'll to a much smaller degree. Much smaller
Okay.
degree.
would Friday be the night that? Wait, would Friday be busier than usual then? Like, what would be the busiest day of the week? Would it be Monday when all the traders come, or like Friday when they leave?
Market days and holidays are going to be bigger. So the population will swell in and around certain events. Full moons, new moons, any sort of holiday, and any sort of market day. And all of these things will sort of vary locally. So in this region, your primary market day is on a Wednesday. And we're not at the full moon or a new moon, and there's no holiday going on. So this would actually be a rather average day here. Because without cars, people don't really get to travel very far. And
Okay,
so
if it's an average day, I'm gonna try to haggle down like a little. I'm gonna say to him, "Hey man, come on, you're not that busy. I haven't seen many people come up to get a room. Give me a little discount. Repeat customer. We'll be around. I'll make this our favorite tavern. What
repeat
about,
customer, I don't recognize you.
we will be a repeat customer. How about 4 gold? 1 gold off.
How about 4 gold when you're a repeat customer?
You willing to shake on that?
No.
You're not willing to shake on that. You may be enough for him.
I'm not gonna just agree to something as amorphous as repeat customer get 4 gold. Like, how often do you have to show up to repeat? How often does
If
we're
I'm back,
gonna negotiate contracts?
if I'm back and it's not very busy, you give me a gold off. You know. If it's busy, I pay full price.
While this is going on, Grau, who is currently still learning the ins and outs of how gold works, and who just on this day was taught by Garp that you're always supposed to pay, you know, or is supposed to get exact change for what you buy. He's gonna lean over to Garp and he's like, is he trying to scam him out of the gold? Is he trying to not get his change back?
Renatus is what we call a haggler. He's always looking to make a good deal. You know, sometimes you can go in these pie shops and they'll try to charge you 5 copper for a fresh pie, but you can go in there and you can say, hey, I want your oldest pie that you're going to throw away for 2 copper. And that's kind of what Renatus is doing right now. He's looking for the shitty room to just put his feet in and come back time and time again for a good deal.
Oh, I see. It's so complicated.
How about this?
Wait, I got
All
it.
right.
I'm a performer, and I indicate the ferret, and it'll pop its head out. I do tricks. Performers usually get a discount. You got anyone on tonight?
You get up here and you perform some tricks for an hour. We'll give you a discount.
Deal. And I'll reach over and I'll shake.
He'll shake on that. No problems.
His hand is sweaty and beer covered, and I don't like it.
Can I ask, is this in our tavern?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I tell the gang that I've got us a room, and I'm going to perform to save us some money. And we... I give the key to Sakaris. Arachis?
Arachis, yeah.
What's the reverse?
Sakara.
Sakara. I give it to Sakara, and I tell them I'll be up there in about an hour and 15 minutes. And I pop up onto the stage, and I give them the old razzle-dazzle ferret routine, okay?
As Renatus walks, gives me the key and walks away from the table, I say to the others, I'm not leaving just yet. I'm going to wait around and see how this goes.
I am infinitely interested to see this old man go up there and fuck around.
Yeah.
All right, you get up with the ferret. You're already getting a gold discount. This, as we mentioned before, is sort of not the highest class bar. We think last session we had mentioned that this is kind of a place filled with orcs and, you know, half orcs and goblins and, you know,
Bullywugs.
rough types. Bullywugs, bears, you know, soldiers of the empire. Yeah.
When I get up there, there's an old rhyming joke. There's an old wedding rhyming joke where it's like I started off, and it's like I'm from an old town, and there was only one woman, and
Grau laughs.
a couple of the people go, ooh, and I say, for every man, and then I raise up my drink. And it's kind of that kind of story. It's like, there was only one brewery on every corner, and da-da-da. And that's like the warm-up act. And then I move into the story of how I met Abigail. And it's like a little choreographed thing where she comes at me. And as I finish my drink, I start doing the drunken act, like I'm getting sloppy, and I'm falling, and I'm like, "Can anyone get me a pint?" Does anyone offer to get up or give me their pint?
I'll give you
Yeah,
mine.
one
You know,
big-
I'm your adopted quote unquote son now. I see you're struggling up there. Sure, you can have my pint, and I'll
right,
go hand it to you.
I grab his pint and I make a quip. I said, "Oh, free pint, thanks very much." And I just down it. And then I go into the actual act, which is me and Abigail, and I say, "It's 1 copper. If you toss a copper, she'll catch it and bring it to me." And so, did anyone toss a copper?
Give me a performance check. This is a rowdy place. The bartender wants, you know, a little bit of, maybe bringing a little bit more interest in this area, but it's going to be a tough crowd.
You want what's a performance check? You want charisma?
Don't you? What skills do you have? Don't you have a skill that's related to this?
Animal handling.
Yeah, just give me a straight up charisma check then.
Nah, I feel like I'm performing with a ferret.
straight up.
I'm performing with a ferret.
Yeah, but the ferret is not what's luring people in. You're saying, throw me a copper. You're making
Okay,
a
as an
charisma.
example, I'll toss my own copper, and she'll run over and get it, and then as she's on the way, I'll do like a fake arch. I'll pretend to shoot her with a bow, and she'll go.
Yeah, that's.
And like fall
I feel
over.
like that's charisma 100%.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
these are absolutely
24,
charisma checks.
okay? Got a 24 on that charisma check.
Nice.
Yeah. Someone, a goblin will chuck a copper at your ferret.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'm going to play, now I'm going to play the double the money game. So I get Abigail to bring him 2 copper. Anyone else want to throw a coin?
Where like Abigail will take the 2 copper
Well,
and bring it back to the
Oh,
goblin.
he's RuneScape doubling right now.
She takes the copper, brings it back to him, and then I give her a copper to give to him as well. So he actually just made a copper because he was willing to play.
Genius.
Yeah.
And I have a
the half ogre in the room will reach into their loincloth pocket and pull out a pair of gold coins and toss them towards the ferret. They will flutter nearby.
She'll pick up one of the gold coins and bring it back to him, and then pick up the other gold coin and bring it to me, and then I'll toss the gold coin back to him. But I'll do it like in a way that it's easy to catch. I'm trying to make it easy for him to catch it.
Yeah, the ogre will catch it, half ogre will catch it and go, "Hey, where's the other ones?"
Oh, sometimes the ferret doesn't double the money. It's a magic ferret,
Dumb
you see.
ferret.
It is a dumb ferret. I agree.
You're dumb.
I can be. I appreciate you saying that about me, good sir.
Garp will stand up and tell the guy, sit down, shut the fuck up. Watch the
You
You
performance.
sit down, bug eye.
I leap over to him and I give him a fucking hit.
Why are you doing this?
You're gonna hit the half ogre? Because he's gonna hit you right back.
No, I think in character I would, but I don't
Absolutely.
want to make a fucking scene here.
Well, you know,
Fuck, I would.
Garp-
I will do it.
You
And I
are
want this to be
a
known. I want this
troublemaker.
to be known. This is the second time that I'm playing my character and I'm doing something that's not good. But I'm doing it because this is exactly what Garp would do. This guy's
Well-
talking shit against his friend.
I call out Garp no as fast as I can. Don't stop Garp.
Here's a wisdom check then. Garp will leap over and he'll cock it up to like fucking hit the guy. And he'll hit the guy.
He nails it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most dangerous frog in Valebrook.
What do you want, Koibu?
How busy is this bar, Neil? I would like to. Can I, in the hubbub of this happening, the people, shocked shouts, can I get a spell off?
If you are in a civilized area, unless you are absolutely hidden, people are going to notice you casting a spell, generally speaking. Like, subtle spell casting is not a thing. You would
Yeah, I
need to
understand.
actually be
Just
completely
put me to
hidden.
sleep,
So
Nick. Come on.
someone's going
I'm
to see you
trying to-
casting a spell.
I don't mind.
100%.
So I don't mind somebody seeing me casting it.
100%.
I guess
I
I'm
just want to
asking.
remind
like,
the audience that all of this is happening because Renatus wanted to pay like 1 less silver for a fucking room.
It was a gold, okay? It wasn't
If
a
you
silver.
cast a spell, we'll do opposed initiatives. We'll
Agreed.
just do initiative checks, so you'll get a bonus on your initiative because you're starting it off. But if you're casting a spell in a crowded tavern, you can expect to be beaten unconscious, pretty fast.
alright,
That's the general policy.
Really?
And
Beat the wizard.
Oh my god, beat the
yeah,
wizard.
well, if you're
Beat the
okay, so
wizard.
imagine
Beat
you're
him.
at your local bar, and someone stands up and pulls out, an assault rifle. What is the
I
reaction
would
to
leave.
that?
I'd fucking leave.
You might leave. You might leave, but if you're in a bar full of like soldiers of the Empire and someone brings out a deadly weapon, or you might not even see that it's an assault. Maybe it's like an airsoft gun that looks like an assault rifle, but it's being pulled out and someone's like, "Oh my god!" If it's a shitty tavern full of dumb peasants, they're gonna bolt. But if it's like soldiers of the Empire and you're bringing out a weapon, they're gonna get pissed.
If there's armed guards around, then I don't do it.
Is there armed guards in this area? I thought it was just fucking.
The patrons are Vrasi warriors.
Okay.
In that
Hold
that
on.
case, then.
Now, I'm not gonna jump and assault a fucking another guard.
No, you already rolled the
I said
dice.
goblins. I said half ogres, half orcs, Vrasi people, scummy, skeezy bar.
All right, I'll go
Yeah.
and I'll take a swing at
Hit
the
him.
ogre.
Yeah, fuck it.
What do
hit
you
him.
want?
I want you to make me a regular attack roll. You're not using your glaive, so just d20 plus,
With
1
the
plus 0.
the torpedo
just
jab.
the basic
Here's
attack
a
button
glaive
on your
attack.
character
Fuck
sheet.
it. 18.
All right. Minus the 3 because you're not glaving. You're actually just punching, right? So
I don't
15,
get mine from level.
Though the 1 is from level, right? You're a level 2 warrior.
I'm level 3.
Then you should be rolling a little bit higher than that, Garp, right?
Should be right. Glaive is plus 1 to hit, and then my basic attack is 3.
Sorry.
Right?
Yeah, the basic attack is 3. I got it. I got a little mixed. That's fine. So it's a 17. It's a great hit. You punch the crap out of that ogre.
Hold
with
on,
your
what do you
frog
want for
hands.
damage? D4?
No, a punch is like technically
D2?
it's just 1.
It's a
There's a-
one.
Yeah,
You
it's
do
just
get a
1.
concussion check though usually if you hit him.
Well, there's a rolling table.
Let's use the table. Pull
Actually,
it out.
let's just do the table. You rolled a natural 14. No, you rolled a modified 17. So you throw a kidney punch. It does 1 point of damage.
Got him. Boom. Getting into a
And
bar
it
fight.
has a 5. Although punch does very little damage, there's a chance of knocking out opponent. This chance is listed as the KO percentage.
Let's
Roll
go.
me a D100. You have a 5% chance of
You want high or
knocking
low?
him out.
What do I
you
want?
A 5 or less on a D20.
No.
D100.
It's gonna be a 2.
No,
He's rolling
I
a
want.
2.
I'm rolling 95 to 100.
Why would you
96
okay?
to 100.
96
Yeah.
to 100.
Okay.
Count the dice?
Fine.
Nope.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, you hit him. The half ogre will turn around and smack you right back with a critical hit.
Ooh.
Okay, Grau.
Boom.
Grau wants to do something.
Just stay
Wait,
down.
what does the table say?
The table says 20 plus is a haymaker, 2 damage, and 10% KO.
Okay, roll it.
1D100. 90 is not a success. The half ogre just like throws a wild punch, which will smack you. And I think at that point, the locals around, everyone sort of chuckles and laughs. Oh, it's
My
a
friends
critical
come
hit,
grab
though.
me and pull me back.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's see it.
You are with a very impressionable person here, okay?
Let's see it.
Who is trying to learn the ins and outs of human society, and who has been taught over the past couple days that you've been with him that apparently what humans do when they hang out is they just cause a huge fucking ruckus everywhere they go. So Grau is gonna look around. He's gonna shrug. He's gonna take his drink.
Wait, do I notice him looking around? I mean, how obvious? I feel like it would be obvious that you're about to do some shit.
He's got his drink in his hand. He's very.
He's got his
obvious
drink
about
and it's
it.
up. Yeah.
He's about to toss his drink into the crowd. Yell,
Yes.
"Human time!" and turn into a bear.
Oh my god.
No way.
Human
It's
time
chaos.
and turns into a bear.
Yep, that's right. We're just doing whatever the fuck we want apparently, because this is what Grau has learned over the past days hanging out with these guys.
We'll have to tell Grau he can't do that.
I will leave the bar, Neil.
Is everybody looking at the frog and the bear?
I don't think anyone's looking at the frog anymore. I think I'm stunned.
I roll off the stage, jump off, and start pickpocketing everyone.
Hold on. Let's
Yeah,
just
please
slow
slow
this
this
shit down. Because he's up there, he's doing this thing with the ferret. There's some money going on. The half ogre throws some money. Half ogre insults Renatus. Garp leaps across the room, attracting the attention of everyone because you're a frog that just leaped across the room to punch a half ogre. The half ogre punches you back. And then someone from the other side of the room shouts, "It's human time!" Right? But everyone's already looking at the half ogre and the frog, and they're fighting each other, or they're at least beginning to wrestle. And then there's this thing happening over here, and it's kind of a confusing mess. There's a lot of soldiers in the area, and I think we're going to need to roll initiative for everybody in the party, including Arachis. I know you said that you wanted to leave, but you were leaving as human time was being shouted. So
We got a good
we're just in
old-fashioned human time.
full-fledged initiative for all the things.
I
trying to
want
think
to. I
what I'd
want
do.
to toss my drink as an attack roll.
Absolutely.
What? Can you really toss your drink if you're turning into a bear?
No, he's taking. Well, the bear is bear transformation is fairly instant. He just has to stop
Yeah.
concentrating on being a person. So yeah, that's fine.
But can he toss his drink if he's already a
Well,
bear?
I toss my drink first.
yeah, so
Okay.
his tossing the drink will be the action, and then he'll bear transform, and that'll be his turn.
I feel like I would just be stunned at what's happening. I don't think I'd be fighting the ogre anymore. Get a nice
Right,
little
how do you want me to
7,
roll for this drink toss? I'm just tossing it randomly into the crowd, but like very aggressively.
D10 plus 2.
All right. Wait, I gotta roll initiative first.
Alrighty. Garp. You're the first one.
I see the fucking him turn into a bear.
He hasn't turned into a bear yet. He's just shouted, "It's human time,"
Oh,
which is funny because he's what half. You're a gnome right now, yeah?
I'm a gnome right now.
okay, hold on. Well, fuck. I need to know. I need to think what he's gonna do if he's shouting.
You
It's
don't know.
human time.
He's
I
just
wouldn't
shouted,
think...
"It's human time," but the half ogre just punched you, and he looks like he's about to hit you again.
That's true. I'll fight the half ogre one more round. When he turns into a bear, I
Absolutely.
think things are gonna change.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me
21.
Oh, it's a great
20.
attack.
It's a 20.
It's a 20. It's another haymaker. Give me a 10% chance to knock him out.
Come on, baby.
High or low?
It doesn't
No,
matter. Yeah. It would have
It's
been.
always default unless someone declares it otherwise.
High. I default to high.
No, don't do that. That's gonna get so confusing.
Okay, fine.
The
I'll
default
call it
is
out.
low.
I'll call it
The
out. I'll
default
call it
is
out.
always low. All right, you hit the half ogre for another 2 points of damage. I actually need to start rolling his HP now. Okay, yeah, he's totally fine. He's taking 3 points of damage. He's got lots of HP left. The half ogre will go, and this time he'll make the exact same attack roll. Actually, 1d20 plus 5 against you.
It's a
It is
hit, but barely.
15. It's a jab to your face with his big, gnarled half ogre hands. He's like, 7.5 feet tall, small for a half ogre, and has a 6% chance to KO you. Which is a wild fail on that front.
Should have rolled high.
So much for
one
being a
of the-
repeat customer of this fucking bar. Jesus
One of the
Christ.
nearby bar patrons, a friend of the half ogre, one of the orcs in the area, will get up and aim a punching and wrestling result.
He's gonna fight
at you.
too.
Yeah, well, you hopped over the bar and you attacked his friend. He's got buddies. It's dangerous to attack someone with friends.
I wish my
1d
buddies came and pulled me out, pulled me back.
1d20 plus.
Instead, they just. I'll leave the bar, Neil. It's a hit.
It's a glancing blow for 1 point of damage and a 2% chance of knocking you out. Failure. Renatus fur. You can see that this is beginning to turn into a little bit of a scuffle.
You just saw an
Okay.
orc come over to me when I was already fighting a fucking ogre, and now they're 2v1ing. How does that make you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is your fault,
This is not my fault, okay? I was working that crowd, okay? I was trying to save us some money, and now we're in a brawl. However, this is the perfect situation because they are totally focused on the frog and not looking at me. And so I am going to make my way through the crowd and attempt a mug attack on the half ogre.
Oh, okay.
Now, when you say mug, you mean pickpocket?
No,
A sneak attack to knock him out.
to knock him out. It's one of his abilities.
Instead of doing
gotcha.
extra damage, I get a chance to knock him out.
Great, so you're going to hop off the bar itself
Yes.
and try to
so it
maneuver around
depends.
behind everyone in the middle of the fight, and you're going to go for that sneak attack on the guy. That
Am
seems
I
fair.
getting a
I don't
sucker
think-
punch on him? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
Nice
that
little
you
sucker
are armed.
punch.
You're not looking like you're in danger. You were performing a moment ago. I think this is a perfect opportunity.
If there was only one guy fighting him, I might have tried to pickpocket. But let me look up how the mugging attack works. I should really bookmark this thing. And,
Yeah.
Picture it.
Yeah.
It's human time.
It's a classic.
Listen, you can't travel around with someone this impressionable. You need to be a good example of this person, okay?
Classic. I'm not
You
even
can't
mad. Listen, I'm not even mad at you. This is awesome.
How do you expect he'll behave if this is how you behave around him all the time?
If this was a human character doing it, I would think you're trolling me. But because it's a fucking bear, I'm just like, yeah, I didn't teach him that. That's my bad for assuming that he would know.
Okay, so I get +4 on the attack. He loses shield and dexterity bonuses.
Yep.
If you're modeling helmets, if he doesn't have a helmet, his AC defaults to 10, I think.
Read
for the attack. If helmets are detailed in the campaign, the victim has AC 10 unless the head is protected. So that's a DM roll.
Are helmets detailed in the campaign?
That's
Right.
if
So if
you
we're
want to model helmets.
no, so his AC is 11 because he's a half ogre with a thick skull.
Right. And if I score a hit, he has to make a saving throw versus petrification or fall unconscious for 2d8 rounds. He modifies the saving throw by the difference in level or hit dice between the mugger and the victim.
Perfect. Okay, well, make me that attack roll.
All right. So let me see if I have a sneak attack built already for my character.
Well, it's just going to be your basic attack on the top right of your combat tab, and then you're going to add 4 to it because you are getting behind him and it's unexpected and everything.
Okay, so boom, 8. That's a 12.
12 is a hit. It hits AC 11.
Very good.
The
Get his
difference
ass.
between our hit die. Is he a more hit die than me? Is he less? A same?
He has effectively 5 hit die.
So
And
he
your
gets +2 to the save.
third level, yes. Okay. So 1d25 hit
Get his
die
ass.
is... You said, is that petrification? Paralyzation?
PPD.
Petrification.
All right.
Oh, it's not PPD.
So
It's PP.
Petrification polymorph is his save is a 12. He gets +2. He needs a 10 or higher on a 1d20, and he rolls a 15. Yeah. And you need to roll me damage, right?
No, I don't think I get damage. But he gets real mad at me because
I would assume you wouldn't get damage.
I don't get
'Cause he's
damage.
just trying to, like,
some
KO
amount of
him.
damage, right?
No, you basically give up the damage for the instant knockout.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm just gonna double check.
I feel like it'd be dumb if you got damage too.
I guess that could also be a DM rule. If you think I get damage, I get damage.
So, what is the blunt instrument with which you are striking this half ogre?
I'm sure there's like a chair or something I can grab on the way over. Something I can grab something.
Yep. Okay, I just
Improvised
wanted
fighting.
to know what that thing is. Is it a chair? Is it a mug? Is it the pommel of your dagger?
Pommel of my dagger, I guess.
Excellent. Okay. There is no
wait.
damage.
Wait, I don't use a weapon. I use a
chair.
mug. I use
Use
a
a
mug.
mug? Okay.
I improvise a weapon because I know what
Great.
happens when you pull a dagger out.
Yeah, we're not pulling daggers out. We're having
there
a
we go.
bar fight.
Just a friendly bar fight. Yeah, you crack him over the head with the mug. He does not fall unconscious, and the half ogre instead just sort of roars. And with that roar comes a mug, just sailing into the crowd. Just and then
Misses.
No, that was a wait. That was a D10, not a
Oh,
D20.
reroll.
Wait,
D20.
what am I
I
supposed?
don't know. What are you doing, Grau?
He's rolling
Is it-
for the
throwing a
mug to hit.
right?
It's for the mug. Yeah, sorry.
Are you attacking a specific person, or are you just
No,
throwing
it's just,
this?
I'm just throwing it randomly into the crowd because I want to get as many people in this brawl involved as possible.
You don't need to make an attack roll then. You hurl
Okay.
the mug into the crowd. Beer spills over everyone. It hits someone somewhere. How do you...
I then
what
scream.
follows?
Yeah,
Wait, but he-
as I'm hurling it, I scream, "It's human time!" And then I fucking plop down into a goddamn bear, and I scream.
It's fine. He's
Can
just
that
a
happen in
best
the-
bear
yeah,
cry.
wait. Can that happen in the same round as he throws the drink?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his transformation into bear form is easy and takes no time, and his transformation into any other form takes a full round.
So he will
Just
go
chucking a mug with no intent to target.
and flail about. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the table tips over that he's sitting at as he turns into the bear because he's going from gnome into bear. He was sitting at the table, you know.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well,
There's
the next
shit
bar
flying
patron,
around.
who is also one of the half ogre's friends and was sitting down. But when he sees Renatus come up and smack the half ogre with a mug, this orc, the other orc, is going to come on over and smash his hand into your face, hopefully, with a 12 to hit Renatus for. I think it's a miss.
That's a miss. I have 13 AC.
That is a miss. Swing and a miss. Whoosh. And the other bar patron that's getting involved in all of this happens to be standing kind of near to Grau. And when Grau changes from gnome to bear, our very drunk animal handler over here, the person who normally like guards the dogs or has the wargs on a chain, but is now just out with the spreads drinking.
It's like I can tame this
stares
bear.
through the blurry eyes at the gnome who's become a bear. And he gets to his feet and goes, "It's my job to tame the animals." And he'll get a chair and he'll hold it out in front of him towards you, Grau, and be like, "Bear, I am your master." And he'll thrust the chair in your face. Drunkenly, though. So +2 and then -2. Yeah, actually, I think of -4 for his level of drunkenness. He's trying to fight a bear. It's still a 15.
Yeah.
It's still
Genius.
a hit. He will thrust the chair into your face for 2 points of damage.
I will snarl.
Arachis. The bar is descending into chaos.
Yeah, so I take a second. I look around. Is the fighting still contained to what's going on between Garp and the ogre?
No,
Or
it's
is
spread
it-
to the bear and the nearby animal handler.
But but aside from that, is everyone else like chill? It's not a full-on tavern riot at this point, is it?
Well, there are a couple of people who are standing up and rushing the beer off of their clothing that was
they're
just
pissed.
spilled all over them, and they look angry.
Yeah.
It's beginning to get out of hand.
I'm like, my question is it worth trying to control it, or should I just leave and let it play out?
You got fists. Get in here.
Nick, you know how to stop a tavern brawl.
I don't know, because sleep ain't gonna work on a level 5
No,
ogre.
you just buy
You
drinks
cast
for
web.
You just buy drinks for everyone. Drinks are on me. Everyone cheers. It's over.
Cast a fog
There's a
cloud.
fucking bear in the tavern. That's not gonna.
See,
That's
that
not
is
just
a
gonna be
bit-
laughed off.
See, now that is a bit of a problem. I won't lie to
That's
you.
a big problem. That's why I was asking. Is there any chance this takes another round? But alas, not. Okay. In an effort to help Garp, since I don't want him blaming me for him starting a fight again, I will stand. I climb up onto the table, and this is a risky move. But I shout to the bar, "Please, cease the violence. My druid friend here hates violence and responds with hunger. Please, everyone calm down so we can revert to a more amicable form."
Make me a charisma check for how much attention you can command, red-robed mage. In fact, you are a mage, so I will give you a +2 on your charisma check here as you're trying to gather everyone's attention.
High ground.
Thank you.
An extra one.
I ground,
No.
yeah, for an extra
No.
That should apply, I think.
The table is what allows him to maybe get people's attention.
The table has
25
been
right
now.
flipped
23.
over by the bear
25.
transformation.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of
25
tables. So
with a +2.
25 is pretty good. People will take note of the wizard standing on a table and saying to the assembled crowd of orcs, half ogres, goblins, and other soldiers of the empire devoted to the goddess of death and destruction, that we want peace, and that this
want peace.
bear is actually a druid.
Druid, yes. Anyone paying attention would have been able to work that out, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
The truth is much stranger than they believe, though, because they believe it's a gnome turning into a bear.
Yep.
The reality is much darker.
Well,
Yeah.
We need to keep him in druid form all night, so he's just drinking.
Yeah.
Druid form.
Right. You will see that the word druid draws the attention of even the people who were listening but like not looking at you. But when you say druid, heads turn.
Are we not allowed
And
to be druids here?
The half ogre who was like about to go to like grab Garp by his cloak pauses and looks in your direction and sort of
should-
like drops his hands from attacking Garp.
I point out
We
it.
will-
We should roll initiative.
A wise
We need
move,
to roll
my
initiative,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we re-rolling initiative?
Oh yeah, everyone re-roll some initiative. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 7.
Neil, are druids not allowed here? Something up with that, or?
You have absolutely no. That would be unusual. I don't know. Druids are an unusual enough character to begin with that there's not typically rules about it.
It's true.
You
there's
wouldn't
a
have
fight
any
ring.
expectation that a druid would be a
Illegal.
Illegal.
symbol or illegal. Yeah.
It'd just be uncommon. Okay.
Arachis.
So I act first.
As everyone turns their attention to you, Arachis.
The moment of destiny. I catch the half ogre's eye as he hesitates away from violence, and I point directly at him, and I say, "A wise move, my friend. Please cease the violence. Let me buy you all some drinks, and let's go back to the show." My friend here, I say as I kick a stone or something off the table or a beer mat to Garp up to him and say, "My friend here is a little bit hot-blooded. He means nothing by it."
Yeah, one of those orcs that was with the half ogre is coming right in your direction, Arachis. He's moving pretty fast, and as he comes up to you on the table, he is going to throw himself at you in a overbearing attempt. He's going to
Oh
try
my
to
God.
just pull you to the
For
ground.
fuck's sake.
He's luchadoring, dude.
He's gonna miss it. It's chill.
You've got
Attack
high
rolls
ground.
made.
Wait. I do have high ground.
He does have high
situation.
ground.
Great. High ground gives you a +1 on your attacks. Does not help you on your defense.
No
How are you gonna
way.
tackle someone who's
How
on
do
the
you tackle
table?
someone
That's not
above?
easy.
Your legs are so exposed.
You gotta
It's never
jump
been
to
easier.
a table, though.
Depends how deep the table is, right?
It does. It does. But this is at a bar, the tables aren't that deep.
Can I, if he's trying to make a grab for my feet, can I get a opportunity attack with my
No.
feet?
Why?
If you have a weapon in hand, you can get an opportunity attack.
My feet are lethal weapons.
You do not have a martial artist specialization that allows you to get opportunity attacks when unarmed.
I just feel like if somebody's trying to grab at my feet, I'd be able to kick back.
Yeah, well, that's
So-
absolutely why an attack roll is called for against your AC of 10.
So many horror movies rely on the dude grabbing the victim's legs and then them kicking them off. Okay, I feel like he should get a kick. Just one. Just a
It
little
doesn't
kick.
matter.
On
just-
his turn,
just-
he's allowed a kick.
17. What's he doing?
I can't wait for this ruling to go through, and then 30 episodes later, we're battling like a giant. We're approaching
Yeah.
from below, and Neil's like, "He gets a free kick on you guys."
Yeah.
But Neil will say, well, a giant uses his hands and feet as his main form of attack, so it makes sense in this case.
Yeah.
All right, to overbear an opponent, a normal attack roll is made. For every level size difference, it's modified by 4. So if you're like a horse, if he's trying to grapple, overbear a horse, he's got a penalty of 4 to hit. The defender gains a bonus if he has more than 2 legs. -2 penalty to the attacker's roll for every leg beyond 2. You only have 2 legs.
That you know of.
If the attack succeeds, the opponent is. No, we're not going to use. These are too simple. We're going to use the default, the combat and tactics like we normally do.
Well, he
Because
needs a
those ones
strength
are
check.
just
Though.
way too easy. Yeah, it's going to be a strength check, posed by your strength check. So
Do I
here
get a
we
bonus
go.
for high ground on this? No?
No,
You know he's not gonna give it to you. Why ask?
I don't know, I was just checking.
Hey, that's a decent roll, though.
it's your 23 versus the
Ah!
half.
Let's fucking
orc,
go.
The full orc's 21.
Let's go.
Yeah, he goes to grab your legs. He gets a hold of him, but you kick his hands off of you. Look at that. It showed up in the end.
Great. And I assume
Yeah.
that this encounter is symptomatic for the overall feeling of violence in the bar and things calm down. Emblematic, I meant.
Let's go to the next patron. What's the next patron doing, Koibu?
The next patron is signing up at the Goblin tier, which means that they are going to their to the front door, and they get out the front door, and then they come right back in. And this patron, this goblin, comes in with like a cache of spears, because these people leave
Oh
their
my
weapons outside.
God.
You shouldn't be bringing
Fuck.
weapons into the bar, but when you do, this goblin comes in and immediately starts tossing spears in the direction of his goblin
Okay,
friend.
hold on.
Something
He cannot
has stirred
toss
up the hornet's nest.
Multiple spears.
He is not throwing spears to attack. He goes outside to grab spears and walks inside to his friends. Toss is a, he's not like chuck across the room to different people, but he comes back to his friends and like, I've used my movement to go outside. I grab the spears. I come back. I bring spears to the party.
Okay, so he like places spears down on a fucking
How
table.
many spears are we talking
Tosses
here?
It does-
to his friends a few feet away from him.
How
No,
many?
it does matter.
This matters a lot, actually, especially if you're giving them
he's grabbing
2d4
3.
god spears.
Is he a god?
He's got 3 spears.
Is he a
He's a
guard?
goblin.
No, he's not. Okay, he's just a random.
I mean,
But these
he's
weapons
the goblin
are-
guard, but he's not wearing a uniform right now. Garp,
Look at the
it's your turn. You can see the goblin. The half-ogre has ignored you. He's completely ignoring you. He's looking at the mage. The orc that was with the half-ogre has attacked the mage. The goblin went outside and grabbed 3 spears and brought them back to his buddies. What has happened? Like, this bar has taken a wild turn.
We need to get the fuck out of here. I'm not actually sure what happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump back to the table. No attack of opportunity because he doesn't give a fuck about me.
No one gives... Yeah, so you say to the table to where Arachis is, right? The table that Arachis is standing on?
Yep. I grab my glaive. I don't have my glaive. It's not here at the front gates.
It's at the front gates.
Why do these goblins
Yeah.
have a fucking spear?
There you go. Now things are starting to click.
Where's the spear at? On the table.
What are the guards doing during this?
Wait, what
Is-
spear on the table?
Sorry, you said the goblin came in and started throwing spears at his buddies. Where are the spears?
He gave his friends some spears. They're
Okay,
near
his
the front
friends
door, which
can't
is...
have picked up the spears yet.
Okay, all right. Let's slow this down then, because then
Yeah.
we're getting confused. I'm going to make a drawing. Take a look at the map, everybody.
Thank you.
So we've got ourselves a tavern. Okay. We've got a bar on one side, and we've got the party, who was, as usual, sitting in a corner, booth, as everyone always does.
Of course.
Renatus, I'm going to just take your character token.
All right.
Renatus was over at the bar doing his song and dance number. Garp hopped to
I
the
probably
ogre.
hopped over here.
Yeah,
is
well,
where I
let
was
me get
guessing.
a half ogre token for us.
I feel like we would
Yeah, that's a good enough location.
Yeah, I was assuming like I hopped over here. The fucking half ogre is acting a fool.
Yeah,
I hit
half
him
ogre's doing some
once.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's a fight. Whoops. There's a couple of orcs over there. They don't
fine.
have weapons. I'm just grabbing the first tokens I can get my hands on.
We know the
He's got some
magistrate.
buds. Yeah, goblin. And then we have a couple of goblins. There's a whole bunch of other creatures around. And one of these goblins goes outside,
Yep.
comes back in moments later, far enough that he can... It's all within one round, so the spears couldn't have been that far, and brings his weapons to his buddies.
Now,
near the
I would
door.
like to just say there's no way he's going outside, picking up all the spears, coming back in, and then handing them out like a fucking
1
giga
minute?
1 minute?
Well,
Okay.
if the spears are just outside the door, not
Yeah.
a problem. If they're out the door and down the block and in someone's house, definitely a problem.
It's not about it being
all
a minute.
depends.
It's about like imagine I have all my spears outside and my whole team of dudes are at our table. Are you really gonna let me run out, grab the spears, come back in, and then start handing them out? That feels like 2 actions. The action is to go
It is
grab the
action
spear.
economy.
The second action would be to hand them out. It seems like you can go grab the spears, but next turn is when you can start handing them out. Or
He's
you can place
not
them on the
under
table.
threat. He's not in danger.
It is a
like,
chaotic
whether
bar
he sets-
situation.
It is
There's
a
a
chaotic
bear.
bar situation. There's a bear. They're near the door, but handing a spear to your friend is like a 1 second action. If your friends are distracted, if they're fighting, maybe it gets more complicated. If you're under duress, if you have to like navigate through people attacking you, that's going to slow things down. But when you're just a goblin sitting near the door and you step outside to grab your spears, which are apparently not that far away, that's a pretty reasonable thing to grab your spears and
Okay.
hand them to the people inside.
If I ever need to hand out
100%
weapons to my party, if I ever need to hand out a weapon to my party,
Just have a +5 sword that we
I
hand
just want it to
around.
be this moment to be remembered. Okay.
Absolutely, 100%. Clip it, ship it, send it to me when we have
I
this
will.
next time.
I'm gonna jump back over here. I'm gonna grab my glaive, and I'm gonna look to Grau.
Which is at the gate.
Oh, I won't grab my glaive. I'm gonna
Right.
pull out my. Do I have my dagger? They let you have daggers, right?
You can keep a dagger.
pull
if
out
you
my
want, but
dagger.
if you pull out a dagger, you are signaling that you are ready for a fight to the death. Right?
These
You are
guys
saying,
have these guys have
Totally.
spears.
They are signaling they are ready to fight something with death as a possibility. If you pull out a dagger, you're signaling you're ready to do the same thing too. I just want to be super
Okay.
clear.
I agree. Thank you for that. I'm not going to pull out a dagger. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my hand on my dagger. Okay. I'm going to look to Grau and say, what the fuck did you do? We have to run now. I'm going to look to Arachis and say, are you good?
I am for now.
Okay.
Say, kicking away the half ogre's hand.
I will
Yep.
use my action to push that half ogre down. I'm going to use a push attack.
Absolutely. D20.
Do I get my plus
three?
3?
Yeah.
1d20 plus 3.
All you gotta do is hit AC 10.
I'm gonna pray to Ephra for this one.
Oh,
She's a
it's
bitch.
7. It's a miss.
I tried my best, and I'm gonna start to walk over this way. Do they hold the spears at me?
They are definitely looking at the bear as the spears are being handed out. So you leap, you push, and then you run.
I'm not like running out, but I'm like walking to the door.
Sure.
And I'm
it's
gonna
a
say to
crowded bar.
them,
Everyone's gotten to their feet.
I'm gonna say to them, "What's the problem with the druid? He's not gonna attack anybody." I say to the goblin.
Right. Great.
What is that?
The goblins are going to wait until their turn to respond because a lot happening.
It's fine.
The half ogre will go and he'll drop the mug that's in his hand and he'll say, Druid! And he will walk towards the bear.
I get an attack of opportunity.
You're going to draw your weapon and stab him?
No, but I should be able to try and trip him. Come on.
No. You do not get an attack of opportunity unless someone is exposing their weak side to you and you've got a weapon in hand.
Come on now. You can't trip him?
You used your action to attack you've jumped, you made an attack, you moved, and you had a conversation. You are
But in
out
the
of
future, if I
action,
readied
sir.
an attack to trip, that would have been okay.
If you totally.
Amen. Okay, I'm just making sure.
totally.
Okay, thank you. That's good.
There is the other orc nearby who has the chair, who's stabbing in the face. There we go. This is a nice little representation of our chaotic mess. The half ogre is going to wade on over here and kind of get in that Steve Irwin, I'm about to wrestle an alligator stance as he looks at the bear, and he's biding his time. He doesn't make an attack, but he looks like he's ready to wrestle. Grau, it's your
Wait,
turn.
can I just quickly ask? You
Yeah.
said there was guards in this tavern, or off-duty guards.
These
Are
are the
they
guards,
reacting in a
motherfucker.
specific way to goblins handing out weapons?
Well, how do we say this? Many of the almost all of the denizens of this tavern work for the Empire in some way, shape, or form, whether they're soldiers or guards or not missionaries, messenger runners, that sort of thing.
Went to a cop bar.
Right. We'd mentioned that already.
Yeah.
So none of the people here seem disturbed about these goblins grabbing spears.
So I'm just checking that I'm getting the
yeah.
vibe. They can hand out weapons that are meant to be illegal in town and face no repercussion, but if I cast a spell, I'd be expecting
Right.
it to
You'd be
So
beaten.
that
Yeah.
the goblins have access to spears inside the town is weird, right? That means that they must be in the employ of the Empire and normally have access to weapons, and they just set them as down. Maybe these are, goblin guards out of uniform. Maybe these are goblin soldiers out of uniform. Maybe they're clearly working for the Empire because they have access to spears and they're in this tavern of all taverns. And so, yeah.
So the other guards are kind of just watching.
I'm trying to
These are
declare the
off-duty
actions of all the
soldiers.
people who are doing stuff. Some of these orcs are off-duty soldiers. How do we say it? Let me rephrase. You don't know everyone's job title, right? You see some orcs, you see some goblins. Some of them are guards, some of them are soldiers. You don't know who's what. They don't have like, hi, my name is Bob the orc.
Wait, but some
I'm
have
an off-duty
weapons, no?
guard.
Off-duty guards have weapons, no? No.
Theoretically, they could. The people in this tavern generally don't. The goblins do now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
okay.
not like there's a bunch of people standing around with weapons just
But
chilling.
I guess my theory, there's no cavalry coming. We're on the wrong side of the law here.
I don't know I don't know the question or how to give you an answer.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just getting it straight in my head. I feel
Yeah.
like it's evident that's what's happening.
Okay, Grau, it's your turn.
Well, it appears I found myself in quite the predicament.
Yes.
Well, you know what they say
You're
about
in
never cornering a wild animal, right? It's obvious that I have nowhere to go, I have nowhere to flee, and I'm surrounded by enemies that want to fucking kill me.
There's only one thing to do.
Well,
There,
mechanically, if
It's
you're a
human time.
cornered animal, are you going to lunge at them, or are you going to prepare for the first person to get in range?
It's true.
Because that actually mechanically matters.
you know,
I feel like a cornered animal, and I'm just going to argue this with you, it would stay in that corner until something got close enough,
Then it'll
then
strike.
it would go for them.
well, also that, and also Grau wasn't. He didn't turn into a bear to fuck shit up, to maul someone. You just wanted to join in on the chaos. He thought that's what we were doing, because that's what the people he was hanging out with were doing. But now he feels threatened and attacked. So yeah, he's gonna back away, snarl, back into the corner, and ready an attack.
Okay.
If someone like tries to attack him, not if someone comes in his area, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. The orc with the chair. He's gonna try and use. Now you're on all fours. You're reared up on all twos. What's your deal here, Grau?
He's on all fours, going back into the corner as much as he can, and just kind of looking. He's
Got it.
he's all
Got it.
clumped up.
Yeah, the half orc is going to sort of follow you as you head back into the corner, chair still in hand, and will also ready an attack. And Renatus Fur, who had
gotta-
just recently smashed the half or ogre in the head, but didn't knock him out, and then the half ogre just left you, and the other orc nearby who had attacked you also has now just left you.
We got a good old Mexican standoff here, boys.
Grau, or Renatus, has assessed the situation and realized that we are so fucked and that he leaves. No, he's going to make his way through the crowd to the corner beside the bear, and he's going to call out, "Halt! Cease your attacks! Cease your attacks! This is a bear of the Verasi Empire. He's a druid." And I'll turn to Grau and I'll say, "Grau, human form." And I'll say, "If anyone lays a hand on this bear, one hair out of shape, and Lady Vera, what was her name again?
That's
Zara.
yep.
Lady Zara?
Magistrate Zara.
Magistrate Zara will have their head for breakfast."
I need you to make me a charisma check at -4.
No,
I told
way,
that
just dumps
guard.
that.
I told that
No.
guard. Wait. I told that guard where I was drinking earlier. Is he here?
The one who stayed on duty extra late?
No, the one who let me. Yeah.
You remember
No,
like the
Cole's not
one who?
Damn it.
Fuck.
Just
roll
minus 4.
Minus
At
4.
-4.
Wait,
you
I've
are
got
trying to
etiquette?
sell an impossible lie.
This
Charisma
is
check
not
at
an impossible
-4.
light. This is
Ish.
true.
You-
I'm a friend of Lady Zara.
Dude, look at me. Look at me.
Okay, I'm looking at you.
D20 plus charisma -4.
Well, let me make some arguments here.
Go ahead.
It is true that I could have some serious consequences come down on the people who hurt my party member, right? I just gave Lady Zara huge intel.
Huge.
Okay, so I'm saying this
Totes.
with like
Massive.
total conviction and confidence.
Totally.
So at the very least, give me like no penalty, no bonus.
Absolutely not. 100% -4.
Okay,
Even that is
minus
generous.
3. Minus
-4, sir.
Come on, I'm saying
That
Minus
you're
with
getting
four.
a
real
roll at all
conviction.
is like very reasonable and very generous that you're getting any roll at all.
If I hit a nat 20 here, you're gonna be egg on your face.
I'm
okay?
gonna be devastated.
12. That's
Did it
gonna
even make
convince a
a
couple of
difference?
them.
I mean, I meant.
Oh, wait,
I
hold
passed the
on. You
charisma
did not
check and
add your
nothing
charisma
happens.
to
That's
that
a 20.
roll.
That's a 20.
That's a 20.
That's a 20.
Oh,
That's a
you're
20.
off by 1.
If
It's
you
a
would given me that,
failure.
if you would have given me that -3, I would have made it. I hate you. Okay,
And-
you're like my dad at a sleepover, right? He said he couldn't watch fucking Jaws again. Okay, you're an asshole.
You have all just gotten into a lot of trouble, and you're whining that I'm the asshole for starting a bar fight and transforming into a bear.
But to be fair, though, I did do this earlier and pass a charisma check and nothing happened.
Ah, yes, yes. What was your charisma? See, what's happening here, everyone? What's happening here is that the party is acting in not
Stupid.
an entirely unreasonable way, but is missing critical sociological information that has brought us into a very bad situation, and the party keeps doubling down on their misperception of this situation, which, to be fair, the players don't get either. But we have stumbled by accident into the party making themselves a terrible, terrible target.
I'd like to add to this that before, just a day or two before this, Grau was of the impression that he should never turn into a bear in Civilization. He shouldn't reveal that, because you know who taught him about that? Autumn. And you know who people suddenly kept saying was a genocidal maniac who ghosted him after promising to talk to him, who left him afloat when he was the most lost he's ever felt in his life? Autumn. So what was he supposed to do? He has no one else to follow except the people around him. And that's where he is now.
Yeah. Well, it's a difficult situation. The party's attempts to calm the militant members of this tavern have only enraged them further. And Renatus's
20
statements, yes, Renatus's failure on his charisma check, combined with Arachis' declarations and with just a bear existing, are drawing the party into big, big troubles.
You're saying that what I said made it worse?
Didn't it?
What you said?
Wasn't that the
you
moment
said that
at
it was a
which-
druid. So
Well, let's roll initiative, and we'll take it from there.
Would we? Man. I feel like if there's hidden information our characters would know.
No, I'm not doing any. There's no information
Okay.
that your characters would know that your players would not know.
I think you need to add a number to Grau's initiative there.
What speed is
am I doing
dagger?
the initiative wrong? I don't know what I'm...
You need a modifier for whatever action you're taking. What is your action, sir?
I'm staying in position and readying an action in case someone attacks me.
Cool. You can just stay as is because your last action was to ready your action, and so now you're just holding your ready thing. You can just chill.
what speed is dagger? 2?
2.
Thank you.
Guess I'm not doing
Just like
anything yet.
Counter-Strike, if you have a dagger, you move faster.
Good.
All right.
Should have been a -3. That's my take.
-4 is a little rough.
Should
It's
not
a little
even have
rough.
allowed a roll.
-4 is being
Okay.
blind.
All right. This guy right here is once again going to try and grab Arachis with a
Oh my
1d20
God.
plus 3 for the legs. 11's a grab and opposed strength check. 29 versus Arachis' 20. He will grab you by the legs, pull your legs out from under you. You will hit the table, and then he will begin to drag you back a little bit and growl to you, Where did you get the druid? The orc will growl at you as it is your turn, Arachis. You rolled with just movement, but now you are grabbed.
I think we can take these guys.
I say, he's from the swamp, he's not mine. Unhand me, or I'll turn you into a frog. I can do it, I say, pointing at the other guy who is a frog.
I'm just saying,
Genius,
guys,
Nick.
I think we can take these guys.
No, the orc is in a bar filled with his friends. He seems pretty confident that you're not going to turn him into a frog right now.
I think
He
we
does
can
not.
clear out this tavern.
Opposed strength roll? Oh, it is a failure on your part and a success on his part. No change in the situation. You're all on your back. He's got you by the legs. You're wriggling. You're trying to kick him off of you, but he's like pumping with the action of your legs and just dragging you a little bit further away. The goblins with the spears are going to come forward, but they are goblins and they're a little bit scared. So they will get behind the guy with the chair, and they'll get behind the half ogre, and they'll point their spears forward, sort of between them, but cannot close all the way. The orc.
Wait,
with
did they not respond to me when I talked to them?
What was it? What did you say again?
I said, like, what's going on? Like, why is everybody so mad? It was just a bar fight or something like that. Like about the druid, kind of.
Druid is their one-word response as they hop to action. The orc with the chair is going to menace at the bear, but also it's a bear. And he's only got a chair, so he's just going to hold his action for now. Not quite ready to die. Garp, everyone has stopped paying attention to you. Your bar fight starting, completely forgotten. No one's even caring anymore.
I'm gonna go over here and free Arachis.
Mm-hmm.
I did roll him with the dagger. Add 1 to my initiative because I'm not gonna do that. His hand's on the dagger. He'll run over there. He'll push the ogre off. Here's your d20 plus 3.
It's an orc this, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an orc.
It is an orc. Give me your strength check. Oh, this is an attack. Right. Yeah.
Like
so you get hold of him, and you're trying to throw him off of Arachis. Oppose your strength with his. He rolls a 17.
30.
He fails. If you pass, not a problem. You can like body check him to the side. He will stumble and fall, dropping Arachis' legs. Arachis is still prone.
Can I get up with the rest of my movements or not?
No, it is no longer your initiative.
Guys, I'm just saying, I think we could fucking sleep these guys.
The issue is we couldn't get out of the. We can't get out of the city.
We could mow these guys down.
Guys, you think long term. We just need to survive the situation peacefully. We just need to get out alive. Okay.
I want to be able to use this city. Last episode, we ended saying this would be a nice base of operations. And
agree.
That was a nice end.
Hey, Nick, no one is attacked. No one is fighting. You said it was a druid. Okay, this was my bad for playing my character. I won't do it again. I promise. I will yell at this ogre. I will say, "What is the problem with the druid?"
I'm just saying we could sleep these guys. We could destroy this tower. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think the orc really gives a shit. You've shoved him. He's not really in the moment of having a nice prolonged conversation about the problem with you right now. That's not the vibe of the situation. The half ogre will come over to the table, which is now clear. He will lift the table, and he will attempt to bring the table down on top of the bear. That's an awkward attack. He's not going to get his full bonus to hit or anything like that. He's going to have some significant penalties, and so it's just going to be a d20 plus 2. The table in this situation is most definitely a weapon.
You think
that is a large enough weapon? It's a table. It's a big enough weapon that he outreaches the bear.
It's not reach
guaranteed. 2. No, but it's more reach than.
Come on.
The bear does not get an attack of opportunity.
Why does the bear not get an attack? He has a readied attack.
He has a readied action, but he does not get an attack of opportunity. Those are two separate mechanics.
Well, when the bear goes in, he should get his attack though. It's not an attack of opportunity.
Chill. I'm on your side, buddy. Chill.
Thank you.
Grau. The guy picks up a table. He's gonna step forward and hit you. You've been readying your actions.
Yeah.
You can take your readied action if you want to attack the orc.
Well, I'm about to get hit with a fucking table, so yeah, I'm not gonna just sit here and take it.
All right. Throw yourself at him. Make your 2 claws and a bite attack.
I wanna claw at his fucking ankles as he raises this goddamn table over me. Boom.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
That is a miss. He has 11 AC. He's got thick hides.
All right.
Thick bones.
Claw number 2.
Second claw.
That's an 11. That's a hit.
For 3 points of damage. He had already taken 3 points earlier. Okay. Got his HP in mind. And your bite.
Yeah, we're gonna bite him as well.
That's a hit.
For 2 damage.
Ooh, minimum
nice rolls,
damage.
Grau. Good job.
Nice. It's damage.
All right. The orc with the chair who had readied an action if the bear does anything, will make an attack with the chair. It's a miss. And the half ogre with the table will bring the table down on the bear, which is a 15, which is a hit. And he will smash you with the side of the table for 4 points of damage, Grau.
He will wince.
Now, Renatus, you had rolled in with initiative just for movement and talking.
Which is
it looks like.
I think the initiative is the same as a dagger. Or like an unarmed
dagger's
attack, right?
Faster speed. Yeah. What are your actions that you were supposed to be doing?
So my action was I was going to try and get in front of the bear and protect it with my body, because it seems like they're very focused on the bear to give him time to change into a human and to figure out why they and to attempt to calm the crowd again.
Right. So the half orc picks up the table, half ogre picks up the table, the bear goes at him, the chair goes at the bear, the table comes down, and then as the table's like lifting up again, you can interpose yourself between all of these combatants standing protectively in front of the bear.
I say, call the guards immediately, and I put my hand on both of my daggers. The next person to hit this bear will be in grave danger by me. So I'm just basically saying, like, call the guards. I promise you the bear will not attack anyone.
All right.
Initiative.
I am rolling reactions for the enemy's behavior. 10 for... Ooh, okay. The half ogre in the room says, "No!" He bellows out, "It's my prize!" And we can roll initiative.
That's not good.
Well, then
As the bar, sorry,
as he says that, I undraw both my daggers. Then that was like the thing I was doing.
Yep, perfect.
The bar kind of cleared out, or is there still a lot of guards watching around, standing around, not engaging?
These people are all still remaining. The bartender is still standing behind the bar. He has picked up a kitchen knife just in case trouble comes his way. The other members of the tavern have left at this point. They might be getting guards. They might be getting weapons. They might just be going home. Who knows?
Just to clarify, everyone here is already hostile, so there's not really that much to be lost by casting a spell. Is that a reasonable assumption? Or am I surrounded by people
I
who...
hate trying to give interpretations for my players. I don't want to tell you what you think. That's gets uncomfortable. If you think that this is a reasonable situation in which everyone's already hostile, since that's a great assumption to make. But if you think that maybe there's pacification that can be done still, that's also a great assumption to make.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Are you casting a spell?
Yeah.
And you roll incredibly on your initiative roll.
I cast Spook, which is there's no material components, and I start advancing threateningly upon the half ogre.
One creature within 30 feet is the AoE. You have cast it on the half ogre. Absolutely. Yeah. The creature has a saving throw penalty of -1 for every 2 levels of the caster to a maximum of -6.
So I think it's a -1. So I'm level 2.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be modified by wisdom.
Yes, if he has very low wisdom. Right? How bad does your wisdom have to be before you get penalties?
Checking.
Oh, it has to be 7 or lower.
It's possible.
Okay. It's possible. He does not have 7 or lower wisdom.
All right. Well, if he's 5, I think he needs a 15 pass with his -1.
I do. This is a saving throw versus spell. Right?
Yeah.
For level 5 character, he needs a 14 or higher.
-1.
With a -1, so he needs a 15 or higher. It is a failure. You spook him. Without knowing what the threat is, the wizard merely advances threateningly upon the creature. If it is failed, the creature turns and flees at maximum speed for as far from the wizard as possible. The items carried are not dropped. Excellent.
I'm
When his
hoping
turn
that him
rolls
running
around.
away might be escorting.
Right.
I might have
Grau.
made it worse, I don't know.
It's your turn.
Well, move his token then. Oh, it's on his turn, I'll do it.
It's not his turn yet. Yeah.
So, Grau kind of sees a line out of here. Which is what he would be looking for. He doesn't want to be in this situation. And because I think we actually kind of have one out here because he's only been seen in gnome form.
So what are you gonna do, Grau? Takes a full round to transform.
Yeah, he's not gonna transform. He's gonna try to get the fuck out of here.
All right. You will provoke one attack of opportunity from the goblin closest to the doorway. Since your path is not great,
Yeah.
the goblin will make an attack. It will be a back attack. You're running past him, so he'll stab you from behind. It is an 18. It is a hit. The goblin will stab you for 3 points of damage as you barrel out the door.
Okay.
On the inside, Renatus, you would put yourself between the bear and these other combatants, and you had expressed that you were going to protect the bear, and then when the half-ogre had said, he's mine, you drew your weapons. You drew a pair of daggers, right?
That's right. But I haven't
That's
actually
right.
raised them against anyone. I have them by my sides. And I'm standing ready. As I see the bear leave, and I assume I've seen the ogre get scared, my plan was to basically hold them and just be ready.
Your turn hasn't come up yet, so you haven't had a chance to ready your weapons, and the half-orc is just going to hit you with a table, with the chair that he's got. That's a 3.
It's a
There-
miss. Yeah.
Part of the
Yeah,
reason
wild miss.
Part of the reason Grau wants to get out of here is because he people were saying something about a prize. And he wants to get his friends out of the situation. He wants to just get the fuck out, right? He doesn't want there to be shit going down. He feels like, and I feel like, if this is about like them getting a prize for capturing a druid, the attention would mostly go towards running after the druid, correct?
I follow your train of logic.
Okay. Let's see if the characters
turn?
do too, I guess.
I'm gonna jump
Garp?
over here. Sure, I'll jump here and then I'll walk here.
Sure. Yeah. Also, this is not to scale in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna hold the
you
door.
leap.
I stand in front of the door. My 6'7", 6'5", 6'4", whatever, 6'3", 250-pound bullywug is gonna have his arms out, and he's not letting anyone out.
Renatus fur.
My plan was to just basically take a defensive stance with the daggers around the bear. But that action doesn't make sense anymore, so can I modify my action?
Yeah, you were going to defend the bear. The bear ran before you could defend. What are you going to do?
So seeing Garp by the door and the bear go out, I just sheath my daggers again, but I keep my hands on them.
Okay. Excellent.
And I take can I take like a dodge, like a defensive thing? Take a defensive stance.
Yeah, that's fine. You can sheathe your daggers and withdraw back to the corner defensively, keeping people at arm's reach. The man who had previously grabbed the wizard and dragged him off the table and then had got shoved off of him by the jumping frog will get to his feet.
Guys, I have a plan, okay? Trust me, I got this. I'm going to
good.
get us out of this.
Nice.
Trust me, I got this.
All right, well, he saw the wizard cast a spell from his position on the floor, and he's going to try and just tackle the wizard. Just a classical, there's a spellcaster, knock him to the ground.
Just to
and I think
clarify,
he can-
nothing's changed then. That's what he was doing before.
It's a natural one. His leap at the wizard is off. He twists his ankle as he gets to his
Saving
feet.
throw.
And he'll just like, sure, why not? It's a 7. It's a failure. He will land. He'll like fall to the side and in front and lay himself at your feet, Mr. Wizard. He is now prone in front of you. The half ogre will scream in panic and barrel his way through these goblins, knocking them to the ground, and proceed to rip the hinges off of the shutters and squeeze himself out through this window.
So no discount?
What is going on here?
No discount? We're not getting a
It
discount
is a
on
success. It's a what?
We're not getting a discount on the room anymore? No.
We might.
I don't think we're getting a room full stop.
Yep. Rips off the window. Actually, I should make him roll a strength check to see if he can rip off the windows. He does. He can rip off the windows, and he can wiggle his very large half ogre body out through this window and plop himself out on the far side. The goblins are in shambles. They make a morale check that is borderline, and now I need to look up their morale.
Enemy spellcaster, -2.
The problem
The
is
one
the problem
morale
is
modifier everyone knows.
unironically a huge problem is that Nick said that he was our druid or whatever.
So many
Yeah.
problems.
I should have just left you guys.
What's 4?
It was just a little bar fight, Nick.
2.
Yep.
7 is just barely a failure.
I
They've
just wanted it
got
to be human
10.
time, Nick. Why'd you have to ruin human time for all of us?
I don't know. I know the orcs aren't the smartest, but my feeling was that given that he's just turned into a bear, maybe the fact he's a druid is probably not that much of a secret anymore. But, you know.
No,
The
you're right.
goblins are going to make a tactical withdrawal to this corner of the room and point their spears out in like a little bristling turtle formation. Not sure of what's happening anymore and a little bit scared. And I think that is going to bring us back to initiative. Now, Grau, before anyone rolls initiative, you burst out the bar door into the night of the city.
Yeah.
There's left, there's right, there's straight ahead. Where are you going?
I'm
Bear?
looking for the nearest like alleyway place.
Okay, you're
dumpster,
just
like,
going.
under
You're
a
just
bridge.
looking for a place to hide.
I'm just looking for a place
Excellent.
where nobody will see me for like a minute.
Got it. Okay.
What do I roll if I want to go hold this guy to the ground while he's down?
+3. We can drop him. Roll you. There we go. All right. I think everyone's rolled in. First up is Garp. You are blocking the doorway
I'm
with
blocking
your
the doorway.
hulking body. Excellent. Next up is this orc who was prone. These ones have been sort of standing around ready for something to happen. They've been like waiting and ready as the area has been chaotically swirling. But like the goblins, I'm going to put them all in the same initiative. This orc over here is going to get to his feet. And this is going at the same time as Arachis. So even if he succeeds on these attacks, it won't interrupt your spell because you're going at the same initiative. And he's going to just throw a punch at you, Arachis. It's a miss again. You know, there's that beer on the ground. He takes a step forward. His foot slips. He doesn't fall prone, but it's a wild miss as your sleep spell goes off. And as these two orcs begin to get up to the bullywug, they're both going to make they're just both going to make brawling attacks with whatever they have at hand against the bullywug. So 16 and 4. The 16 will hit you for a glancing blow, doing 1 point of damage with a 2% chance to knock you out. And it's a failure. Arachis, your sleep spell goes off.
I'd like to position it like somewhere around here in the middle. My hope is to, you know, hit all the enemies before Renatus and Garp. At the very least, to hit these 4 orcs ahead of them. So I think if it goes there, then all 4 orcs are closer than my allies.
you want to center it here so that these orcs are all closer
Yeah, so
than
maybe
your allies?
if I roll super high, it might hit Garp or Renatus over one of the goblins at some point, but I'm hoping I'll just...
Okay,
Four
yep, roll me
goblins.
your dice. It's 2d4 hit dice worth, right?
Yeah. 5.
5 hit dice. Okay. These orcs are 2 hit die creatures, so you will hit 2 of them. I don't know if it really matters which
Would I not hit 2
ones.
orcs and a gob? It would hit the goblins first, no? It's the lower hit die.
Well, this is where a more to scale map would have been nice.
If they're not within
I think
30
if you're
feet.
targeting it here, I think you're going to be hitting these folks, and these ones are a little bit further in the corner.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll left or right, and it goes to the right. These 2 orcs fighting Garp will pass out. Yep. Okay.
After
the
I take,
goblins
after
range
wait,
attacks.
after I cast my spell, I can move, right?
Yep.
Move away from this orc.
Who does not have a weapon in hand, so he does not provoke an
Yes.
attack, get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, and I just want to like get away from them. I
All right.
cast a glance at the barkeeper with his kitchen knife. He's not like coming at me.
Oh, well, he's not coming at you, but as you go towards him, he points it threateningly at you.
Yeah. I wonder
the
if
other
I
side of the table.
can't get out of the bar now. I mean, the orcs are asleep. Garp's the only thing in my way. Yeah.
Hold on. I am trying to remember how much movement you get after casting a spell, because I don't think it's a lot.
Half normal movement, no?
Yeah, is spell casting a half move or a no move action? It's listed right here in this chapter. No move actions are casting a spell, so you can pivot a little bit. You know, you can take 5 or 10 feet of movement in this area, but you can't flee the tavern. Perfect. Renatus. This guy with the chair. He attacked you last round, and then you put away your daggers, and you get to go before him again. So your call. How do you want to... What are you going to do?
I'm going to disengage away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many feet you're giving me, like roughly where could I move to the room?
You can get anywhere inside this room that you want.
Yeah, I'm going to move and stand in front of the wizard,
Okay.
facing outwards
Perfect.
in a defensive stance.
Great. Not a problem. You can easily shove past this orc as he's recovering from his attacks and get to the wizard. Grau, you're in the city streets, but you're a bear in the city streets. Not the most inconspicuous thing in the world, but to your advantage, it's nighttime. To your disadvantage, orcs and goblins have good night vision. So, bear.
Okay, they might
I
have
need
good night
you-
vision, but also my fur is
That's true.
very dark,
dark.
very hard to see.
Now, Grau, for most people, I would call for completely different sets of roles. But for you, for the civilizationally challenged bear, I'm going to need you to make me a charisma check for you to figure out what is an abandoned place that normal people wouldn't go.
All right.
What sort of place do civilized creatures not visit? Oh, you're so close.
I need a 21.
You needed a 21.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
but
think your answer
It's not
is
his
a
first time
tree.
being in this city.
It's not a first time being in the city, but panicked as a bear, he sees a tree. And he's like, I'm just going to fucking climb the tree. People don't go in trees. And so he
yeah,
scrambles
Grau
up a
would
tree.
think that. That's true.
It's
I
not-
gotta give you that one.
It's very reasonable. The problem that Grau might not be realizing is that the tree is sort of just in public and people see him crawl up the tree. But that's not our problem right now. This guy with the chair, he is too going to need a morale check. That is definitely a failure. There's spells going off. The half ogre is fled.
Wait, Neil,
Um,
really quick.
Yeah.
I did my movement, right? I can still use my action to turn into an orc right now.
The action, it's a full round action. You need a full dedicated turn with no movement to do that.
Oh, you're right.
think.
Yeah, we did say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This guy is just going to back into the corner with his chair. and warily eye the wizard and Renatus and Garp. Okay. So we're at a point where all the enemies are either unconscious or warily standing back and not quite engaging. Well, there's a city outside. There's always noise happening in a city. It's probably nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Party inside the tavern. What do you want to do?
I reach into my coin pouch, producing 2 gold coins. I put them on the bar in front of the bartender, and I say, "This is for the drinks and a tip for the hospitality. I'll be taking my leave now." I go to leave.
Yep, I let you leave and I leave with you.
Renatus?
We wait for Renatus, yeah.
I get the fuck out of there.
All right. The party exits the bar into the night near Valebrook. There's no sign of Grau anywhere. We're going to take our break here and resolve everything on the other side of the break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Save or Die Outcasts. So the party is in the streets.
Yeah.
You've left the tavern. Now, just because you've left the tavern doesn't mean the denizens of the tavern have disappeared, right? There's still
No, they
very
don't
much
exist
like
anymore.
goblins and orcs and stuff in there, right? So what's the party going to do?
I'm going to shove the frog as hard as I can.
Let's not start another fight here.
All of
Let's
my
find
old
another
man
tavern
strength
where we can
is
hide.
going into it. And as I shove him, I scream, "I'm done with you."
Give him a strength check.
Well, yeah, strength check and attack roll.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to push him back. So it's kind of.
I
and
assume
he,
Garp isn't dodging it then.
Well, no, I would dodge it. I don't want to get fucking shoved.
Right. Yeah.
Are you want an attack roll?
No, I'm not going
I
to
want
attack
a
you. But
basic
yeah,
attack
yeah.
roll. Yeah. All you need is his AC 10 to make sure they make contact with him because he's trying to, he's not accepting the shove.
What do I roll? Just a regular.
Just the basic attack roll button on the top right of your.
Is it
combat
AC
tab
10 or
of
is it
your
AC
character sheet.
14? Because my natural AC is 14.
To touch you is 10. To hurt you would be 14.
He misses.
Yeah. Your hand doesn't the frog. You go to shove him, and the frog does the quick step to the side, and his cloak flows through the night. And he stares you down.
I missed the shove. My old age, my body betraying me. And I say, 5 years. 5 years I spent keeping you alive. And the second you get a bit of autonomy, you try to get us all killed. I'm done with you. I'm
wasn't
done
trying
with
to-
you.
Where Arachis is going to notice
I'm gonna
goblins
shove him
come to the
again.
door with spears.
I'm gonna try to shove him again.
I'm just gonna.
Garp, are you continuing to dodge?
Well, I'm just gonna walk away. We gotta get out of here. I'll say, I was trying to defend your honor. We have to get out of here, old man. Come on.
I missed my shove again. I say, I'm done with you. I'm done. You're not in my party anymore.
I'm
You're
already
on your
walking
own.
down the road.
You're on
Yeah,
your own.
I'm going with
idle.
Arachis.
Yeah, I leave.
Okay. Garp.
In my own direction.
Not Garp. Grau. You're in the tree.
Yeah, I'm turning into an orc.
Okay.
I get health
Takes a
back.
round. Yes. D6 times 10%. I believe, right?
Of missing health, right?
Right.
So 60% of my missing health. So I'm missing 9 health. So 4.5, we round down, right?
Up.
Up?
Down.
Okay.
Let me double check. I just closed the page.
Do you get that when you change into your form or when you change back to a bear?
When I change into humanoids.
Got it.
I got 3 of those a day.
Fractions round down. You are correct.
Okay, 13 health is what I'm
I'll look back to Renatus as he's going his own way. Don't be silly. I was trying to defend you. It wasn't about my own pride.
If you think you were trying to defend me, then there's nothing more you can learn from me. We're
Your
done.
conversation is going to be unable to continue because goblins with spears and orcs that have been woken up from slumber are beginning to come out of the tavern.
I
Woken up
ignore
from
them.
slumber.
I'm walking away, by the way. I'm not just standing here.
You're leaving. You're walking this
I'm
way.
not even running.
We're
I'm just
running.
walking.
I think at this
Those
point.
two are running. shouting at each other through the streets. Grau, you were a bear in the tree. You have now become an orc in the tree, as passing underneath you are Arachis and Garp.
Okay, so I see the way that they're going. Did I see the way that Renatus is going?
Give me a perception check, maybe? Just maybe? Yeah, you definitely saw Renatus as well.
Okay. Okay. I'm an orc. I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay, do I see... Is the tree that I'm in, like, it's in vision of, like, these guys, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be a tough sell, boys.
What are you gonna do, Grau?
You're a druid. You wouldn't turn back. You would turn to another human. Druids turn into animals, not humans. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. I will drop down from the tree graciously and just, like, with so much confidence as if it was the normalest thing in the world. I saw the druid!
That tracks.
I saw the druid! I saw him, the bear? The gnome that turned into a bear, I saw him. Remember, the gnome that turned into a bear, the druid that would look... I saw him.
Where'd he go?
I point...
Call it the goblins.
I point south. He went that way.
The goblins will turn and begin to run very quickly. The orcs, 2 of them will go that way, and 3 of them will go that way, and 1 of them will approach towards you as the rest of the party is going southward. And the one orc will say, "You, comrade, from where are you? That's an odd accent. I don't recognize it."
That is the one question that Grau is always prepared to answer. Oh, I've come from far away, looking for the druid.
You've been tracking this druid?
Oh yes, for a very long time. He is from far away also. I've been trying to find him. He's very valuable.
Come with me to the magistrate. Come on, brother. We have work to do. We'll get filthy rich. And he comes up and he puts an arm around your shoulder.
We should really go follow him. He's very fast, but he's wounded right
let the
now.
others take care of that.
Oh,
We'll talk to the magistrate.
But you
we'll figure it out.
But don't you want the prize for yourself? He's a very valuable. He's much more valuable than other druids.
He shakes his head. They have a good head start. We'll never catch up with them. The better plan, if you've been tracking the druid for so far, is to plan where it's going to go next. We'll lay a trap. A classic orc ambush. It'll be great. Tell me, what's your name? They call me Grok, the Destroyer.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Grau. I'm from far away.
Grau. Strong orcish name if I've ever heard one.
Yes.
Come with me.
Yes.
And arm tightly around your shoulder in a comradic, side hug.
Oh,
he'll lead you in the direction of the magistrate.
That we are going in the same direction as them, that we see this happening or not?
For a little while. It's dark. I'm going to need both of you to make me... charisma checks to see if you can recognize
Why is
Grau.
everything a charisma check right now? Wouldn't it be a perception check?
Well, you can see the orcs, no problem, no perception. Charisma check to recognize Grau in the dark in his orc form. Today is a charisma-heavy day, but it is
God.
unusual.
I'm not looking for him.
Roll it.
Fuck him.
I did.
Nope.
I got 25.
Arachis, yeah. You totally notice Grau, orc Grau, with other orc, heading in your direction behind you by, I don't know, 100 paces?
How busy is the street?
It is growing more busy. Apparently, something has attracted the attention of people in the area, and folks are looking out their windows, but no one's coming out into the streets, but windows have been opened, and people are peering out and curious.
Do I see any taverns on this road? Nearby?
Yeah, totally.
I point at one. The nicest one, if there's more than one. And I say to Grau, meet me in there. I'll be in a moment.
Say to Grau or Garp.
Sorry, Garp.
Okay.
Meet me in there. I'll be back in a moment with Grau.
Put my head up and I'll go into the nice tavern and say, find Renatus while you're out there. The old man's fucking lost his mind. I did it for him.
Yeah. Is there like an alleyway I can slip into?
There are many small side streets. Yes.
I would like to slip into a side street. Yeah, maximum range for sleep. And when the orc comes past, I'd like to cast sleep on him through the...
You have
the
another
alleyway.
sleep spell memorized?
I do, yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to do that in just a moment. But meanwhile, Renatus has stormed off to the north in a different direction.
Well, my goal was to head towards the magistrate's office or find a tavern near the magistrate's office.
Oh, perfect. All right, well, then you're headed in that direction eventually. All roads lead to the magistrate's office eventually.
It's in the middle of town.
That's fine. Yeah. So these two will eventually come on by, and you can throw down your sleep spell.
Yeah, I would make a judgment call at the last moment as to whether I think I'm going to hit other people with this sleep spell.
From the alleyway, you're not going to be able to see if there's anyone before or behind them, right?
Well, I'd be able to see if someone was before them based on if they just passed me, right?
Yeah, but unless they're coming the other direction.
Yeah, if they're coming the other direction, then
Yeah.
fair. But,
Yep.
but in terms of how busy, how often are people walking past, I try and make value judgments.
It seems pretty empty.
Yeah, okay, I go for it then. I cast sleep. Probably going to hit both of them.
Yep. 2d4.
What?
4 will hit the lowest hit die one first, which is the orc, who will fall asleep immediately. Grau, I believe you have more than 2 hit dice, right? You're a...
Yeah.
Are you a... No, you are a second level Grau. Okay.
I did not
They will
level up,
both
yeah.
fall asleep.
I come out of the alleyway.
I will turn
Grau.
into a bear as I fall asleep.
No, really?
He
Yeah.
has to.
Yes.
I have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
You can wake him up.
Only 2 hit die. Wake him up. Is it there?
Yeah, but he can transform again.
It'll be his last one. No, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be his last one.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
I come out of the alleyway and I wake Grau up without waking up the orc.
Yes. As you come out of the alleyway and go to shake the bear, you will see the gasping faces in the windows who have watched this altercation.
Well, what
This
have
is
they
not
seen?
unnoticed.
Wait, hang on, what have they seen? Tell me what
Who
they've seen.
knows? You come out of the alleyway and you
They've
wake
seen
up
someone.
the bear, and
seen
you
him
hear a
turn to them.
gasp, and you look up, and there's windows, there's doors, there's
You
people
gotta kill
looking
him,
out,
Nick.
as we mentioned a moment before. You have been observed.
leave no survivors.
I've not been
Nick.
observed.
You are currently being observed.
No
Yeah, that's fine.
witnesses.
I wake him up and not. I mean, I go to the tavern that I sent
Okay.
up to.
Grau,
So wait,
you're
what
a
do you-
bear.
oh,
Arachis
yeah.
has just walked away from you after muttering human.
Well, I also recognize that I'm being observed.
Yep.
So I need to find another place where nobody can see me.
Well, luckily, right next to you is a dark alleyway.
Okay.
And I think even Grau's limited understanding of society lets him know that's a pretty good place to go change.
Cool. I'll go.
can
I'll
patent-
go change my outfit. Human Grau is up. I roll another d6 for rest. That's another 60%.
Nice.
60% of 4 is pretty good.
Um,
That is 2 more HP.
correct. So I'm at 15. Okay. And I'll walk back out. Okay. So did Arachis point out where he's going, where he's meeting me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'll go
Yep.
meet him there.
The 3 of you can all go into that tavern. Renatus, you're headed in the direction of the magistrate
Correct.
or a tavern near there.
Yeah, I was making my way to a tavern near the magistrate's office so that I could stay the night and request a meeting with her the next day.
You'll find that the inns and taverns near the magistrate's office, near the downtown, are much, much nicer. They're not this sort of filthy rabble. This is like officers and merchants and nobles only. Luckily, you can speak with the fluid ease of a noble person, I believe.
A noble down on his luck, maybe.
Yep, but you can blend right on in. The rooms here are way more expensive than the other ones, but they don't have that like weird policy. So you will be paying 6 gold for an inn room for the night. No negotiations, not including room and board. But you'll have it to yourself.
Yeah, I paid the 6 gold. And
Excellent.
I take the room for the night.
Excellent. You can go and rest. In
Did I
this
ever
other
pay
tavern.
the original innkeeper?
Yes. In this tavern.
We sit down at a table straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, Garp, you're the first one in. And from the outside, it might have looked like a nice one, but it's just down the street from that, enlisted men's bar. So you come on in, and it's not much better. It's sort of a similar scene here, except it's fewer Vrossi soldiers and more just regular commoners of the town.
Should have stayed here.
You can see maybe there's a human warrior or soldier for Vrossi's empire over there, but everyone else is pretty much human or halfling or a couple of dwarves. And unlike the last bar where you could walk in and no one really gave a shit, you walk in this one and you get the sidelong looks of what is this, filthy scum doing in our place. We're not gonna throw them out, but you get the uncomfortable looks of
You're not welcome.
people who suspect you to be a bad person based on your appearances.
I'm gonna go to the bar, keep, and drop down. I don't know, a bag of 5 gold, and say, how much for a room for me and my friends?
That should more than cover it.
Pass it over, and I'll ask for the key.
Yep. He'll hand you a key and point you in the direction. There's a staircase. It heads down a floor and tells you that there's a couple of rooms down there. Yours is going to be the third one on the left.
I'm gonna use my etiquette proficiency. 18. Say, thank you, good sir. And I'll go to my room. And I'll wait for Arachis to come in. Take him to the room.
Arachis will come in a few minutes later.
Yeah.
You'll
And,
see the Garp at the bar.
We got a table.
Go into our rooms.
Okay. Wait for Garp will be here in a minute. I mean, Grau.
You tell him the room. I'll tell him that it's room 13, and I will go to my room.
Okay.
All right.
Wait for Grau, and then we all go to the room.
Excellent. The three of you end up in this room.
As soon as I close the door, I say, what a fucking shit show. We're going to be out of this town in the morning. I need to get into that library tonight. 33 gold each. Cough it up.
I'll hand you my gold.
Thank you.
You'll get 63 gold. No, sorry. More than that.
I just take 33. I give
Okay.
you the rest back.
You asking Grau for how much?
33 gold.
He has 19. He's gonna count it out in front. He can't count. He's gonna give you his gold.
I take 15. I take 15 from Grau. And then I say, okay, well, I'll be back later. And I leave.
Okay.
It's like
Wow.
the dead of night, right? Wouldn't the library be closed? Did he just fleece the party?
It's not going to be closed. Well, I don't know now. My imagining is that it won't be closed. It's a temple, right? So I think it'll
It's
be
a
open.
temple, right? You don't close down
You don't close
temples
down
for the night,
knowledge.
right?
Yeah, you
I
do.
don't know. We'll find out.
Did I see a sign of opening hours when I was there?
Well, before... No, there wasn't, unfortunately. Before we get to anyone else, Grau and Garp, you're in this room.
Now,
It's
Grau,
just the two of you. You're underground and there's no windows.
we both messed up tonight, okay? My hot head got the better of me, and I tried to defend my uncle's honor. You? What happened to Rule 1? Never turn into a bear in public.
I just thought this is what we did now. I just thought
No.
we go in, we make chaos, we make fun, and because the other rule is you never hit people in the city, and you always hit people in the city whenever we go. So okay, so maybe none of the rules apply when we're having fun. I thought.
Yes, well, I can't go by my old rules and how I used to act. That's my fault. And you learn from us, and I should do better. So, I'm sorry. In the future, I will not be starting random bar fights to defend my uncle's honor. I want to apologize to you. And I want to apologize to him.
Thank you. I want to apologize too. I know that we were only in trouble because I yelled human time and then turned into a bear.
We
And
never
so
yell
everyone-
human time anymore.
Yes. Okay.
I hold out my fist for a fist bump and I'll show him how to do it.
I'll fist bump you back.
This means we're good.
Yes.
Okay. Arachis,
Yes. I am
you
fuming.
make your way through the city streets.
I'm fuming. I'm really pissed off about all of this as we go through. But at least I've got their gold. Enough for the library card, so I head there.
Well, you get to the temple. It's there. There's a light on inside. There's a pair of guards on duty. There's a cleric or a priest out with them in front.
Yeah.
There's
I
steps
walk
that
up
lead
to
up.
them. I walk up to them. Yeah.
The cleric or priest will say to you, welcome, dear brother. May I see your library card?
Hello there. I'm new in town, actually. I would like to purchase a library card.
Thank you. That's wonderful. It's a 100 gold donation to the library for a 1-year card.
I understand. And does the card come with, would you be able to assist me in finding the information I'm looking for?
During the daylight hours, we have some monks who will help you find what you need. Here at nighttime, they're not present, but also our card maker is currently asleep. You'll have to come back in the morning to receive your card.
Can I still enter the library without the card and just pick it up in the morning?
I'm sorry, we have to process you appropriately. Is there some immediate need that you have for books that cannot wait till morning? I'm an avid reader myself, but
I've just traveled a long way to get here and my schedule is tight. But I suppose I'll have to find the time. What time do you open?
well, we're open at all hours to any card holders. The wizard who helps make cards is usually available within 2 hours of sunrise.
These are magical
wizards,
cards, are
and
they?
they're appropriately wizard marked for their duration.
And there's no way I can peruse the books tonight. Perhaps for an extra donation, no?
The watchman shakes their head. No, I'm sorry. We must follow protocol. These books are rare and precious, and rules must be observed.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, I guess I'll see you in the morning.
Look forward to that. They call after you.
I leave.
Defeats at every corner.
It's extremely frustrating. I go and find a different bar to go and get a drink on my own.
A quiet drink on your own, right?
Yeah.
Just a real quiet. It's gonna be fine.
I go and drink for a couple of hours, then I'll head back to the room.
Roll me a d20 and don't roll a 1.
Just to see if I get any bar fights.
Just don't roll a 1. It's fine. It's real fine.
God damn.
What do I get for the 20 though, Neil? If there was a downside for the 1, there must be an upside
That's
for the
true.
20.
That's true.
That's just
For a 20.
mathematics.
It is just mathematics. For a 20, you will overhear a conversation, maybe 2 hours into your drinking. Maybe it's near the end as you're getting ready to go back home. You're gonna hear a human talking to another human about a druid that was spotted in town earlier today. Or at least that's the rumor going around, and this person is relaying information that the half-elven druid transformed into a black bear and attacked a group of guardsmen in a tavern. And the listener of this story, the one who is being told this story, seems incredulous and says like, well, why? First off, why would a druid show up in town? And secondly, why would they then just attack people in a tavern? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what druid would just show up in Valebrook and become a bear and start attacking? This seems ridiculous. And the first person says, I know, it's absolutely batshit insane. Who would ever do that? But that's what I was told. That's what I had heard. And there's goblins out there, and there's orcs. The whole guard's all lined up. You know, they've got the tavern surrounded where the bear's supposed to be. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the morning. And the first person's like, dude, you've been fed a lie. You've been fed a tall tale. This is a highly impossible situation. Like, why would a druid ever come to Hornstead? The first person, does the like, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just repeating, but it's interesting. Do you want to go check it out? It's over by the Muddy Boot. And the guy's like, no. This is dumb. And they move on with their conversation. But that's what you hear as you're about to.
Just checking. Where I'm from, there's no ban on druids.
No. They're just very rare people, and they usually don't spend a lot of time in civilization. But there's nothing illegal or wrong about druids. They're sort of respected individuals.
Yeah. I go up to the bar to get another drink next to them. And then as they're finishing this conversation, I'll say to them, what are you guys talking about?
Just shooting the shit. Apparently there's a druid in town. There's no druid in town. It's a bunch of bullshit. Look, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a druid in a bar. Turned into a bear.
I heard that as well, but what's the big deal?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Back from where I'm from, people kind of like druids. There's guards all running around the streets around here. What's going on?
You must be from far away then, because round these parts... He shakes her head. All the druids around here are, elven terrorists here to set things on fire or kill people, shape change into this to fly in town, then blow it up, then leave. They're a menace. There's a huge reward out for their on their head. Anyone that can capture or kill a druid, they're gonna stand to make a bunch of money.
5 Arachis. I give it a little symbol. They got rid of all the elves where I'm from, so I don't really have to worry about it up north. But I guess if the elves are still a threat down here, then it's wise to be cautious.
Just some stragglers, some folks causing problems. They call themselves the Fireflies. Huge mess. How far north are you from? You from the Frostlands?
No, not that far. Near Balesburg. That's right, isn't it?
Balesburg?
Is that right, Neil? That's the one with the tower and the wizard.
Yeah. They look sort of shocked when you say from Valesburg.
Why? Wait, I wouldn't say it if that's something stupid. As people are from there, right?
Yeah, the people are totally from there. That's like the heart of the empire. That's like the very center. Yeah.
There's no elves there, right?
Not anymore. There's not.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. They kind of give you like a polite nod, and then quickly turn back to their drinks, like closing their shoulders to you in the conversation.
I'm obviously a wizard as well.
Yep.
Just pointing that out. Okay, I leave them.
Yep.
I pay for my drink and I go back.
You're a Red Road wizard from Valesburg. That's a
that's
kind of a scary thing. Yeah.
Is my accent such that that's believable?
If you knew accents, if you were like keyed into where they were from, absolutely not. But if you don't know accents, then sure, why not?
Where am I actually from?
We have never really figured that out, so I'm going to say you are from Darden, near Shimmerstone Lake, north of Valesburg. If you go north of Valesburg and you cross the mountains, there's a big lake called Shimmerstone Lake, and Darden is the nearby town.
Okay, cool. But Valesburg is kind of like...
I'm sorry, that's not true. I'm lying to you. I've already sorted out where you're from in my head earlier. You are from... Write it down. Oh, did I write it down? I did not. You are from in and around Palanthas. It is near Thornton's Lake. It's actually kind of near Valesburg, but it's south of it. It's a different accent thing. It's like Valesburg would be Newcastle upon Tynes, and Palanthas would be Manchester. So totally different accents.
Yeah, but it's not. If Valesburg is like the capital of the city, it's reasonable that you might have been born in Newcastle, but you live in London. Right, so
Yeah, in the modern
from
era, but in this
Valesburg.
time, there's not that much travel.
But if you're a wizard, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm clearly a traveler because I'm here, so whatever. Anyway, that's fine. Can I shift my accent a bit? Or not? Like, can I hide it?
You
I
can
sound a little
try,
bit
but
more-
any situation where your accent might matter, if you're trying to shift it, will require some sort of check.
Yeah, okay.
Like
It's fine.
you've heard me try to use an English accent. It's non-believable no matter how hard I try.
Yeah, that's fine. So I just get myself a drink. I'll have one more. And then if it's been a few hours, I'll head back to the tavern to see Garp and Grau.
Yes.
And maybe see if I can run into... I might do a little loop around the city a little bit when I finish drinking, just to see, get the lay of the land with the guards, and see if I can find Renatus.
Grau wants
Well-
to talk to Arachis.
Yeah.
Arachis
get
is
back.
on his way, but as you're getting back to the tavern, Arachis, you're gonna see that the tavern is not. It's not necessarily safe, because when you get there, there's a group of 6 orcs standing outside talking to a human who seems to be a leader of some kind, like an officer, and they've got a couple of civilians standing by that they're talking to, and they seem to be talking about the tavern. If you got within earshot range, it would be awkward, like socially awkward, because it's nighttime. You'd have to get kind of close to them. There's no real apparent excuse. But they're hanging out near the tavern, like right outside the tavern.
Did the room that we were staying in have a window?
No, it's underground.
I scoot around the tavern to look for maybe like a back way in.
Yes, indeed. There is a what would you call it? Like a kitchen entrance that's open, and you can hear the sound of like knives clacking on the stove. Tavern's open late. They're still cooking things. This little alleyway has a couple of different doors here and there. Some of them are open. You can hear some chatting. There's even a couple of people hanging out in the alleyway, talking amongst themselves. But you can enter in through the kitchen entrance if you don't mind walking in through a kitchen. Someone will see you. They might even yell at you.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna wait. Keep an eye on the orcs.
All right.
I'm done risking my life for these two. They can, I don't know if they can make it out on their own. Hopefully, they're looking for an elf, so they won't find him.
So you keep an eye on them. They head into the tavern. They seem to be talking to someone in there. And from your position, assume if you're watching them, you'll kind of follow around to get a good look.
Yeah.
You can see they've got one orc stationed outside. And if you want to get a look in through the open door, you're going to have to be in line of sight of that one orc. I'm only mentioning this because I know you're trying to be careful about exposure right now, and I want to let you know before you expose yourself to an orc.
I don't know whether word of what's happened includes a red-robed wizard,
Right?
so I'm cautious and stay out of line of sight.
All right. Well then, down in the cellar, Grau and Garp have made their peace. They fist bumped. They're trying to get some rest, but also sort of waiting for Arachis to show up. When there comes a knocking at your door.
I open the door.
Standing before you is a human officer.
Hello, officer.
Hello, Bullywug.
Hello. I'm Grau.
Hello, human.
Nice to meet you.
Do you need something?
There's been some disturbances in the streets earlier this evening. We're asking all the patrons if they've noticed anything.
Oh, disturbances. Did you notice anything, my bullywug friend? We've been
I shrug.
and we've just been on the room, and we've been playing cards, and
Me and my lover here have just been having a night with one another.
yes,
Kind of a wink.
Yes, we've been having a night.
It looks back and forth between the two of you. Uh-huh.
Do you want to come in? Do you want to ask?
How long have you been here?
Oh,
I shrug at this point.
long time. I don't even remember when we got in here.
At this point, probably around 3 hours.
Yes, 4 hours. Yes, who can
I think
say?
I'm being honest. Like, it's been around 2 to 3.
Yeah. And you didn't notice anything in the streets before then?
Few common ladies of the night, but that's not what I'm into,
Well,
he says.
there was. Oh, I noticed a commotion. Yes, there was. I think there was a bear.
That's right.
Yes, a bear. I think it was a gnome that turned into a bear. A druid, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Could it be a druid?
Where did you see this at, I say to my friend?
Oh, this was in the street. He was running all the way down, and I will point at wherever the hell I think south might be. I have no idea. I'm just pointing in a random direction.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes.
Well, you didn't tell me about this.
I didn't think it was. I was lying to you.
Oh, you dummy, you. And
We've
I'll
had
go over there and I'll
reports
caress
that
his
the-
face.
We had reports that the druid was working with a red-robed wizard who was working with a bullywug
What?
came into this very tavern.
It sounds like they just threw together every random race that they saw, or any random information that they saw.
Sounds like the start
That's
of
what
a
I
joke.
thought too.
The-
Then I asked the innkeeper, and they said they had just rented a room to a bullywug.
That's correct. Me.
and me,
And
I'm
they said
Grau.
that-
Hello.
The bullywug spoke to a red-robed wizard at the bar.
A red-robed wizard.
I spoke to a man in red robes at the bar. But then I went to my room with my lover here. I point.
Do you know the man in red robes?
No.
I would not remember. He has been blowing my back out all night.
The innkeeper said the three came downstairs together. The red-robed wizard, a bullywug, and a human male. He kind of looks at Grau.
There are other rooms down here, no? He didn't come to ours. I'm a monogamous person. Bullywug.
You seem to imply that the two of you were having quite the conversation. Are you denying any knowledge of this red-robed wizard?
Oh, we were monogamous the entire night. Yes.
Quite
That's not what I'm referring to.
Quite the conversation doesn't... I don't know, it was 20 seconds at the bar. We said our words, that was it.
Well, I don't even remember this happening. I was so stunned by the bear druid in these streets. It's a sight. Yes.
Sorry, do you need something? Would you like to come in? I can blow your back out too.
I thought you said you were monogamous.
I said that jokingly, officer.
I see. Thought frogs had cochleas.
Not this frog. I grasp my fucking cock area.
Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ, we've gone unhinged.
This is not what the officer was expecting when he came down here. Like maybe a fight, maybe like
I wasn't
an
expecting
actual
this.
frog dick is the last thing
Yeah.
this man was expecting. And he needs to regroup, so he that'll be all, citizen, and just turns and begins to walk up the stairs.
As
You
he's walking
might
up the
see
stairs,
him
I
later.
run to Grau and I say, Grau, I need you to make some grunting noises.
Oh, I can do that.
That'll be that.
Well, you have some time. You've made the officer so uncomfortable that they've left, but you definitely haven't reduced their suspicion of this situation. No charisma checks needed. It's very apparent that they think there's something going on in here.
That's fine. What can they
Oh,
prove?
there's something going on.
Well,
they prove?
what can they prove, and what do they need to prove? Like, this is not a functioning,
Well,
good legal system that
if I
seeks to
just
protect
if
the
I just
accused,
left,
right?
that would be, I think, infinitely worse than what's happening here. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
just stick around.
You're just gonna stick around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Think for a moment, because I'm also confused.
I'm gonna take my bullywug shirt off. I'm gonna put some water on me. I'm gonna tell Grau. I'm gonna say, Grau.
Gotta lube up.
Grau, I need you to do something for me. I need you to take your pants off, and I need you to lay on the bed.
Oh, yeah,
Humans,
horribly uncomfortable. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is much better. Thank you.
Humans get really uncomfortable when people are doing the deed.
What is
So-
the deed?
I'll tell you later. Just stay on the bed and stay quiet, and lay kind of like this. I'll kind of motion to the paint me like a French lady pose. Pose.
Like this? Like this?
Yeah. And I'll rip his shirt a little bit open.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
Just stay
Right.
quiet. I'll put a little bit of water on his forehead. I'll, like, put it in my hand, and then I'll go. So
No,
there's,
you
like,
got
some
it.
sweat
That's
beads.
fine. We
Thank you.
do not need it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Just let me know
No,
if you need
please.
more.
I would
Please,
like
if
to
you
know.
need more, Neil, please.
I need.
No,
I need
no,
visual.
it's-
Would you like to describe? Can you doodle it on the map for me? Actually,
No.
I would
I
really
think it's
appreciate
got it.
fine.
Neil's got
I think
it.
it's fine. I've got it. Okay. It's
Neil, can you
it's
explain
very-
to me what's? Sorry, I you know, ADHD. I stopped paying attention. Neil, can you describe the scene to me?
You know, when a frog and a bear love each other very much, they give each other a special hug, and then
Who's cloaca is getting? No, you know. I'm done.
Is he coming to knock again?
I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. If you're a human guard and you've got reports that illegal activity is happening, but when then you go to look, it's like weird. You know what? The guard's got it. He's got it figured out.
Good.
It's above
It's
his pay
okay.
grade now.
You know what? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Arachis,
Yes.
your corner repository where you're watching these things go down, watching the front of the tavern. You will see the officer come out a little bit later, just like shaking his head and motioning to the door, leaving the 6 guards. Not at the 3 guards at the front door, and 3 other go back into the building. And he will begin to walk down the streets, shaking his head to himself, muttering, and like eyes on the ground, clearly defeated internally, questioning existence and purpose in life. That's what you'll see.
Are there other people going in and out of the bar?
Occasionally, rarely, but not a
How are
constant
the
flood.
How are the orcs reacting to them?
Crudely, they're making lots of gestures and laughing maniacally amongst themselves.
They're not like checking people or asking people questions or anything like that.
No, they don't seem to be concerned about people at all.
Interesting. I think it's not worth the risk. I go and find another,
Yet another
Yet
tavern.
another tavern.
and I go and get a room for the night and sleep.
Okay. Roll me a D20.
Again, I got a 20 on my last one though.
I know. Just keep them coming, Nick.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, there's plenty of taverns. The number of inns are far fewer than the number of taverns, so you got to walk for ways. You're not familiar with this place. You ask
Fine.
around. Eventually, you'll end up in a mid-range, sort of like merchants area, not a nobles area. It's going to be 2 gold for a room.
I pay it.
Excellent.
I sleep.
You sleep. Okay. Our party is a group of outcasts. They've outcast themselves from their own party, and they are wandering from tavern to tavern, trying to arrange some sort of survival. The morning will come. And Renatus, we're going to start with you, bud. You're the furthest away from all the conflict. You've had a hell of a time. You've gotten to sleep on the goings-on. You've lost the rest of the party. The only possible clue that you have would be that Garp at least needs to go back through the main gate to get his glaive. And if he hasn't picked up his glaive yet from the main gate, like, he'll have to pass through there to get it if he's going to pick it up. But other than that, you have no idea where they are or how to find them.
Oh, Renatus
what are you
isn't
gonna
looking
do?
for them. Renatus is done with Garp. Like, genuinely. Garp needs to make it back up to him if he wants him to come back. So he's just, I'm going to go meet with the, I'm going to go try to arrange a meeting with the magistrate. I make my way to, I'll tell you what my goal is. I make my way to her office and I say, hey, my name is Renatus Fur and I'm here to arrange a meeting with the magistrate. I have useful information for her.
Yeah. Same as last time. They'll take your shit, but this time they're going to put you in a waiting room for a while. This is a waiting room with a bunch of other people. Magistrate is seeing folks today. There's like a line. You're here fairly early, so you're pretty near the front of the line. But eventually you will be taken into an appropriate audience chamber. This is unlike the nice long hall with the private meeting. This is much more like throne. With throne's a fancy word maybe, with a couple of guards on either side, and it's a private room. It's fairly small, and when you walk in, the magistrate will immediately look surprised to see you, and then pleased to see you, and then say, "Ah, Mr. Fur, my dear friend Renatus, welcome back."
Oh,
And
my
I
lady.
expect that this is a pleasant surprise. I feel like I saw you not 8 hours ago.
You did, and unfortunately, a lot happened in the night. And I need your help. My friends, which I hesitate to use that word after the events of last night, have gotten themselves into some trouble in the city. See, they don't know what civilization looks like. I've spent many years living in cities, getting along with people, avoiding conflict, doing all the sorts of things that allows you to survive. They have not. So I'm going to tell you some more truth in the hope that it makes you more interested in the outcome of our party. And get them out of whatever trouble they have managed to find themselves in during the night. I am here with a druid. Not just any druid. This druid was not an elf. He has no allegiance. It could be the very first druid of these local lands that serves the Empire. A very powerful spellcaster, given enough time. A great counterbalance to... I assume I've been living in this area for long enough. I would know about the druids being...
I don't think so. No, you would have to be fairly plugged in to a lot of the goings on, and the two of you live in a swamp and come to town here and there. You're very much on the outside of society looking in.
Okay, but I would have...
druid thing is
But based on
pretty
the reaction...
small. There's
Based
not
on
a
the
lot of
reaction
druids.
last night, I would have inferred that druids are bad.
That doesn't sound unreasonable.
Okay, so I'll say, and I believe we can get him to be in your service, because I think outside of your service, he is dead. So it's the only way he's going to be able to stay alive and operate in this area.
Would you tell me the race of this druid?
He is a bear who can turn into people. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, he'd be very interesting for your people to study. He's a bear that turns into people. The first animal druid that I've ever heard of.
Am I being sold out right now like a cheap whore?
Yep.
You're going to be experimented on in their laboratories.
Am I being left out to dry?
Oh, all three of you are.
Like
you
your
should have tried to
mom's
find me last night.
goddamn
I don't know why you
cum rag?
didn't. Renatus
Am
is
I-
done with you. I'm going to tell him about the red wizard. I'm going to tell him about the...
Holy fuck, what have I done?
So,
That's fucked up.
so
You should have come to find me. I don't know why
There's a bear with druidic powers that
That's right.
can turn into other animals.
That's right. Well, no. It turns into different people.
What sort of people?
Just different ones. But very useful as a spy.
Like humans?
Yeah. Seen him turn into a human.
Orcs?
I think so. I don't. I wasn't
Gnomes?
paying attention. I think so. Last night there was an incident. You probably have a report on it.
Yes.
The only way he's going to survive is with your protection.
Now this makes a lot of sense, because I have received 3 significantly different reports that a Nomish druid, which I've never heard of before, turned into a bear in a tavern filled with soldiers, which sounds insane. And then a orcish druid turned into a bear while walking down the street. And then that very same bear walked into an alleyway, and a minute later, a human walked out. I wasn't sure what to make of these conflicting reports. We currently have the suspects.
They are my friends, and I would
Taken care
really
of.
appreciate if they could stay alive, because Grau has not done anything wrong. He has just existed. Nothing bad should fall upon him.
Is the bullywug in all of this your adopted son?
Yes.
You were looking.
Renatus puts his head in his hand. Yes, and he's also in trouble.
See. And is there a spellcaster in your midst as well?
I put my
Wizard?
second hand on my head and I sigh and I say, yes.
Of the white robes, right?
I think it was red. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, we have quite the picture coming together.
Just please keep them all alive. That's all I ask. I can get them to come here and we can have a meeting.
She clicks her fingers together. This is under ordinary circumstances, I would expect you to be a drunk and a liar. But based on our conversation last night, I think your words have some truth to them. We do indeed have a bullywug and a bear barricaded underground, awaiting my instructions. Well, a bullywug and a human, who we assume is your bear. Are they lovers?
Renatus will
My
sit back in shock.
officer reports that they were deeply intimate with one another.
What is the exact wording of the report? Wait.
Exhibitionists was the wording on the report.
That sounds about right, to be honest. Yeah, if you have a guard take me there, I will get them to come out.
Oh, no, I will be in attendance as well. I just had this morning's duties to get through.
All right, I'm happy with that.
She pauses and thinks a nice long time with you here. And you are asking that that I let them go? Or that what is it that you are asking specifically?
Don't kill them. They don't deserve that. They haven't done anything wrong enough to deserve that.
Now this is a long shot. You had mentioned that the fire at Mystique's Mystique in Swampside. There was the day after the fire. A bullywug, apparently.
Oh yeah, that was him. That was
Killing-
yeah, that was him. That's him all over. In fact, that's why I'm here, because the bullywug in particular, I think you need to imprison him until he figures out how to live in society. Because I have tried for 5 years to teach him manners, civilization, everything, and at every moment he's had, he has just spit in my face.
I understand your alliance with this bullywug, your adopted son, who was polymorphed into this, transformed beyond his ability, and you aged. What is your natural age, if you don't mind my asking?
What is my real age? 39
Yeah.
years.
I see. You've aged very handsomely.
Thank you. my lady.
What is your... How do you know this bear druid?
We found him.
And then took him under your wing?
Why not? He's a useful party member. He listens to orders and he does what he's told. And he's kind of nice, actually. Friendly, cuddly, keeps you warm at night on the cold thing. Like he's a bear. He's like a giant walking blanket, right? He's like a useful survival tool. And my goal has been to stay alive, and I wish to keep my party alive right now. And the prospect of death is extremely high at this moment.
I have so many questions, but we're going to table most of them for now. How is it that you have come... Is the wizard the former spellcaster from the place that you left?
We found him.
Is he in your employee?
We found him. We just found him. I don't know. Me and the frog. We had a great thing going in the swamp, and then we got a mission to go get the alchemical supplies, and then everything went unhinged. And I kind of want to just go back to the swamp because I've had enough.
Uh-huh. And where does this wizard come from?
Honestly, he doesn't tell us much of anything.
And you trust him?
Absolutely not.
But you travel with him.
He hasn't tried to kill me in my sleep.
You have a very low bar for friendship.
My own brother cast me out and tried to have me killed, potentially magically aged. So I'm gonna take the not killing me thing. That's the bar.
Well, Renatus Fur, I deeply appreciate you coming to me with these problems. The bullywug is wanted by the local police in Swampside,
Understandable.
and I believe needs to be delivered to them.
I think he has earned some kind of punishment, but preferably not death.
As I understand it, he killed an orc? Or a guard, or a warrior. There were deaths involved in the bar fight in Swampside. She kind of
wasn't
looks to one of
there.
her people and has them bring over papers, and she'll like flip through some papers for a little while. You're like, yes, it appears there was a fight with the frog. Multiple fights, actually. One death.
My assumption is somebody said something he didn't like. He leapt at him, started a fight, weapons got pulled, he killed someone,
Right.
and an incredibly avoidable problem.
I will, since you have come to me with this, I will give a recommendation of mercy and,
He's fucking dead.
what do you call it? Not pardon, but when
Reparation
you-
or some sort of community service.
No,
or something?
when someone's been in jail for a while, but then they get let out early, it starts with a C. It's oh my god.
Custodial.
You're on your own here.
No, there's a term. It's fine. I will recommend a
Non-carceral.
a lighter sentence.
Conjugal.
Since you are helping me here, if you promise to continue helping me, I can make sure that the bullywug does not meet death.
I promise you. Clemency?
If the druid clemency, thank you. If the druid is truly a bear and not in league with the fireflies or tied to the elves in any way, shape, or form, then I can also promise you that they will not be put to death. We may have some questions. I personally will have many questions, but those are hardly lethal.
By
think you like
questions, she
Grau.
means she wants to lock him into a fucking tower for the rest of his life and experiment on him until he fucking dies. I just want you to know that, Renatus, for in your heart. That's what she's saying right now.
Here's the thing, she's my only way of keeping you all alive because you're all hell-bent on getting yourselves killed.
Sorry, do not include me in this. Thank you.
The red-robed mage is somewhere in the city. The guards on all exits are alerted, and he has not reportedly been seen there. But it sounds like he is has done nothing wrong.
He
Some spells, but
casted non-lethal spells to try and calm the fight.
wait a minute, hold on. She flips through her papers a little bit. He was present for this bar fight in Swampside, though.
I don't know what they did, I wasn't there.
She flips the pages again. And there was a bear sighted right around the time of that. Okay, this is all coming together. I would like to speak with the red-robed mage too. If you can bring the red-robed mage to me, and I will go deal with the bear and the frog, and we will all come to a nice, easy understanding. Where is the mage?
I don't know.
See.
He is his own man. He might have already
Well.
gotten out of the city. He
It's
is
possible.
the
Wizards
least
are
tied.
slippery fellows. But we will see. Why don't you go back to the waiting room, and I will call you when it is time. It will be a few hours, though. I have duties to attend to first.
Yes, my lady.
Okay. We're going to flip over to Grau and Garp, because it's going to be a short conversation. You have the evening to yourselves, but come morning time, if or whenever it is that you decide to leave, you will find that the door leading downstairs has been barred and locked from the top side, and it's pretty well barricaded. And there's basically no escape. I don't know how, unless you have some clever ruse for getting out. I think you guys are just trapped downstairs.
Got an open doors check?
I will need your bend bars lift gates, because this is a
Better than open
heavily
doors.
reinforced
It's 13?
D100. Yeah, 13% chance.
Okay, I'm gonna go low.
13 or lower on a D100.
I
You
fail.
get this.
26 is no good. Yeah, you may bash against it, but it's been locked, or it's been barred, or there's been things put against it, or it's been wizard locked or held, or somehow it is barricaded securely. And the two of you are sort of stuck down there. So we're then going to flip over to Arachis. You wake up the next morning. You've had a
Yes.
rest.
I learned my spells.
You're going to need to memorize spells, but you were up late, right? You were up until. Well, what's the
I
season?
don't think it was that late, really. I mean, the bar
Well,
fight
it
happened.
was-
That only lasted a few minutes.
And then you went off drinking for a few hours, and you walked around
yeah.
town, so you didn't get home until like 1.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess you can sleep in. It's fine. Yeah, you're good. You can memorize some spells.
I memorize spells. I check out of my tavern. I head to the library.
Yeah, excellent. You can get to the library. While there, you can give them the 100 gold. They will see you to a wizard. who will ask you all sorts of biographical information, fill it out on this card stock. It's an unusual sort of paper that you're not actually familiar with, but they will write, what is your name? Then they'll give like a physical description of you. They'll ask, what your purpose is for the library, where you come from. Is there any lies that you're giving them?
I use a fake name.
What do you call yourself?
Sakara.
Okay. Do you say you're from
Arachis.
Palanthas?
No, I say I'm from Balesburg.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I asked, are they more are you interested in where I was born or where I've lived?
Where you were born.
Oh, well, in that case, I was born in... I would know, right, from my time in the wizard school and my employment in that they would know where I was born. Like Arachis,
Who would know?
Like the state would know that. They'd have that information on record somewhere.
Record somewhere, yes, but not like a local or a centralized repository. You would have to go to the place where you were educated and ask, and then that would have a list of things. But like, there's probably not some master list of all the wizards everywhere.
The wanted poster. I got to look at that, right? That didn't have anything like where I was from or anything like that.
No.
Okay, I give a village that's not my village, but that's in the same area as where I'm from.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, well, they'll fill out all this biographical information. They'll hand it off to an artist who will use a fine pen and carefully do a picture of your face as best as they can. And when everyone is satisfied and all the ink has dried, the wizard will cast Wizard Mark on the bottom right section of the page, creating a very specific, unique wizard mark as per the spell. One that another wizard could not duplicate. That's not how the spell works. Sealing and certifying that this document is indeed, legitimate. And then they will hand you this paper. They will tell you can fold it, but it is fragile, and the wizard mark will burn through the page in about a year. And when it does, you will need to come back and renew it, preferably before it fades, but you can do it afterwards too.
Cool. So I
if you tear the paper, rip the paper, lose the paper, you're fucked. You're just shit out of luck. Game over.
Yeah. Okay, I make note of my library card, and then I head in.
Great. As a library, it's a huge temple / library. A lot of books have been gathered here. You'll notice some soldiers around at entrances and exits, and then there's a bunch of pages and monks and scribes and some folks doing regular library stuff.
I go and seek out one of these monks.
To
help me with my research.
They give you a deep bow in their brown robes, look you gently in the eyes, and say in a pleasant voice, my good master, how may I help you today?
Thank you, friend. I'm doing some research. I'm looking for information on a wizard that lived in these areas. Maybe 2 to 3 centuries ago. I've traveled here because I believe this is the area around the Devouring Marsh that he was active. And I've exhausted sources in Valesburg, and I'm now looking. I've come here to see if I can find more specific information. A man goes by the name of Sigris Shadowhand. I believe he had a tower somewhere in the swamp.
The monk nods. I am familiar with the legends. Perhaps a section on histories, and they will lead you to an area where there's, 30 books. And he says, somewhere along this shelf, in one of these things, you might have information about Sigris. You'll have to, read all of them and page through all of them. And all the books are on, their spines are attached to chains, which are attached to bookshelves, and the chains are 6 feet long, so you can bring them down and, set them on a table right before the bookshelf and read them. But otherwise, you're, standing in the stacks reading.
I say, I don't suppose the library would accept further donation for you to help me with my research here. More directly.
Indeed.
I'm not a tremendously wealthy man, so it might be beyond my price range, but would 5 gold cover you for a few hours?
It is 10 gold a day, 5 gold a half day for an assistant.
I give him 5 gold.
He will bring you an appropriate assistant.
Okay.
who is one of the younger scribes who's been writing all day and needs a break, or will be writing all day, and this is his early break, and he'll help you page through these documents looking for anything on Sigris.
Yeah, once I get to know this guy a little bit and I feel like I can, he's not suspicious of me, I'll reveal that I'm kind of like looking for the location of his tower. I know that he mostly used teleportation, but that there was definitely at least one surface entrance. I'm willing to explore the swamp, but looking for some direction.
Yeah. The two of you can together page through these books. The books on the local history of the area do mention a wizard Sigris in the swamp, but it's not very more useful than that. And the page with you, the scribe with you, will then move you to the genealogy section of like notable locals, and in there there will be a book talking. You'll get it like towards the end of your half day here. That the lineage of Sigris settled in Wickish, like Sigris's children settled in the town of Wickish. And the context around this, like the wizard's children settled here, implies that they are not also wizards. Like just the social cultural things around this, if the wizard has a tower in the swamp and then his children settle in the nearby village, it's pretty clear that like they're not magically capable offspring.
Yeah, okay.
Other than that, you're right. This Sigris figure was active about 250 years ago for a period of about 20 years, it says. Their fate is unknown. They just sort of disappeared from the annals. Wizard was seen. People report, tower being built. Locals, traveling wizards have come to the area. And then that's just like the last bit of information. There's no, they died or they lived forever, but there is their children settled in the town of Wickish.
Where is Wickish on the map?
It's actually just due west from Valesburg. It's just straight west towards the swamp.
There. Yeah, okay. I saw that last time. So it's like here, there's like a path. Yeah, good. Well, that's where I was thinking I was going to head next. So I will, I'm happy to spend the rest of the day in this library. I'm not feeling threatened. It's safe here. I look for, the scribe leaves or whatever after the half a day, but I'll spend the rest of the day here trying to find more information.
All right. Well,
maybe
before the day is out.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Just specifically on like if there's any altercations that like the lords of the land might have had with this wizard. Like I don't know if he got involved in some specific event that was recorded more. I don't know, maybe a knight visited him in his tower or something like that. So I try and look like tangentially around the subject, maybe less direct, kind of exploring other avenues in the hope that maybe it's a reference.
Yeah. The problem is that there's no search function, there's no indexes, there's no bolded words. You have to page through every single book by yourself or, hire help. But still, it's a lot of pages and it's a lot of time. And it's very, very slow going.
I do a little bit of reading on Wickish then. What kind of town is that? Is it wealth there? Are they likely to have a library of sorts themselves, or
no? It's a village. It's sort of podunk. It's near the swamp. Most of the jobs there are like people who get things out of the swamp or harvest things from the forest. Some game hunting, some fur catching, some swamp gatherers, some herbal gatherers. But it's not a place of note or renowned. It's not really. If this were any other town, and you were reading these descriptions, you'd pass it off as a complete nothing backwater village.
Yeah, okay. It's still probably worth exploring. So, yeah, okay. So when the day's winding up and I feel like I've got everything I can, I will leave and probably walk back past the tavern that I know that Garp and Grau are at.
Okay. Well, Garp and Grau, what are you doing while you're locked down in the basement area?
I don't know, Neil.
As soon as you realize that you're locked in there, that becomes a real problem, right?
Well, Grau is gonna have Garp explain what monogamous means.
I'll explain sex to you and all the intricacies of it.
Yeah, but this is like the second time we've tried but it's all really complicated for Grau. It's all real weird. But I think he'll at least understand that you were trying to weird out the guard, and he will pick up on the fact that you can sometimes maybe finagle yourself out of situations like this by just pretending to be, you know, blowing someone's
yeah.
back out.
Yep. It's a good trick to use.
Yeah. But for most of it, I think Grau's gonna be pretty quiet. He's feeling pretty bad. And also he's doing a lot of thinking about, the fact that a bunch of, because he's heard like this term druid thrown around him, like Autumn has said it, and I think when we talked to Forrest, we talked about druidness, and I think Arachis had mentioned it and stuff like that. And he's like mostly going through his internal monologue of why did a bunch of scary-looking creatures back him into a corner and almost kill him and throw tables at him, just saying the word druid, and like they were going to get a prize and they were going to hunt him. He's feeling pretty bummed out.
And how do you feel about being cornered in a cave?
Yeah, this also fucking sucks. Because he doesn't really remember anything that might have happened to him in the past, but I feel like just this thought of being cornered and locked up and not being able to go where he wants to, as he used to be able. This is like the worst thing for a bear who wants to just hang around and roam and go out.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing he ever wanted to be was to be locked in a cage or be someone's pet. So he's pretty nervous. He's pretty upset. Maybe he's, clawing at the walls with his human hands. He can't even turn to bear form. He has to stay in this uncomfortable human form because he knows any time this door might open, someone might come in. And if he's still in bear form, then shit's way more fucked. So he's really nervous. He's pacing around. He's going up and down. He's clawing at the walls. And he's not feeling good.
And Garp, how are you reacting to being trapped in the basement?
There's not much he can do. If he finds a way out, he's gonna die. If he stays in here, he's probably gonna die. So just fucking smoke some weed and chills.
Yeah, so if you are facing down death in this moment, what is the reflection that Garp is having? Is there
I'm just annoyed,
longing
Neil. Okay,
back?
out of character. I'm just fucking annoyed right now. Right? Just
got it.
Give me some goddamn time. Thank you.
All right. Well, Renatus, for your hours pass. You're summoned again. The magistrate and her guards are ready to go to the tavern, the Muddy Boot, and retrieve your friends. She's promised you that they won't be killed. She wants to talk with them, and that she will offer clemency and the lightest of sentencing, or suggest the lightest of sentencing possible for the bullywug. But she's going to need your help to get them out peacefully. Are you willing to help her spare their lives?
Yep, I am.
Excellent. Okay. Well, you and the magistrate and some guards will all come down to this tavern, which has been cleared out. And the tavern owner is sitting outside, clearly, visibly upset. His staff is there too. The soldiers have overtaken the place. They've barricaded the entrance to the downstairs. And when the magistrate shows, the orcs will begin to unbarricade it. And this will be audible down below. You can hear the sound of wood and things clanking against each other as the entryway to the basement gets unbarricaded. And when it's all finally over and done with and the door is unlocked, the magistrate will look to Renatus and say, would you go and call your friends out peacefully?
Sure.
Let them know that we will all walk to my offices and sort everything out over there.
I would suggest shackling the bullywug. He has very poor self-control.
There is little need. If he runs, he dies. Same with the bear.
Very
and
well.
as fond of you as I have grown, you as well.
Oh, I'm done with them after this. This is my last favor.
She motions to the now unbarricaded, unlocked door.
So yeah, I go to the door, and I knock on it, and I say, "It's me, Ren. If you come with me, I think I can get you to live. If you do anything else, they will kill you."
Grau and Garp, you hear these things from down below.
I'll call back. Where's Sakara?
I don't know where he went.
Where are we going?
To meet your new employer, I think.
What's an employer?
The person who gives you money to buy pie, Grau. But you have to do things for them. Like Autumn. Should be like the autumn in the city.
Is
She's
it going
not
to
as
keep us
friendly.
locked up like this?
Only if you try to run away, try to hurt people, they will kill you. So, my advice is to don't do anything at all, except follow me and not talk until we're clear of any danger.
Okay.
Bro,
I'll
I
open the door and
cannot
follow.
emphasize how dangerous the situation is right now.
All right. The two of you will come on out. There's that officer from last night who's eyeing the two of you suspiciously. There's the magistrate. There are some guards. You can see the magistrate has many spell components at her waist. She is a wizard. And a procession will form. Guards in the front, guards in the back, guards on the side, magistrate, Renatus, Garp, Grau in the middle. And a lot of you will head back to the magistrate's office. Arachis,
Yep.
my dear friend, what do you do when day ends?
I said I go
come
to
by
the
the bar,
tavern.
you had said,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, the tavern is just back to normal by the time you get there.
Yeah, I go inside.
Yep. The bartender gives you a look. Hey, buddy.
Hey there. My friend's still here? Frog?
They've been taken by the magistrate
Peacefully.
to her headquarters peacefully. She says if you were to show up, she would like to speak with you. And you should go now to talk to her.
About what?
I don't know, but you've made important people are looking for you, sir.
Let me ask you a question, friend. Give me an honest answer.
Aye.
If I walk out of here right now, you're gonna tell them that you've seen me?
If I told you I was gonna go tell them, would you kill me?
No.
Then yes. That's absolutely what I'm gonna do.
You gonna do it right away, or maybe you've got other things to be doing for an hour or something?
The magistrate herself came to my place of establishment, my work, my business. If I don't go tell her right away, I'm gonna end up in jail.
I look around the tavern.
And-
There's other people here.
Yeah, and as you look around, you'll notice they're all sort of looking at you. The stuff that happened in this tavern is, it's the talk of the town by this point, or at least of this neighborhood. And the red-robed wizard showing back up has certainly garnered attention.
Yeah. All right then. Well, I guess we should go.
You know, I'm gonna let you go your way. I'm gonna go my way. That's all right.
Okay. Can I get a pint first?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
He doesn't charge you. He pours you whatever you want, hands it over to you,
He knows
waits
you're
for you to
fucked.
leave, lets everyone else out, shuts down the bar, heads out himself.
Oh, I was just going to stay here and wait for them to come and pick me up, but okay. I drink the drink and I'll
Yeah.
head out. I'm smart enough to realize that I'm probably wanted at the gates as well. This town is on the edge of a forest. Does the wall extend to the edge of the forest too?
The forest is kept cut back 100 yards from the walls. Create like a nice clear line of sight. So that way approaching armies or thieves or bandits don't have a good place to hide.
Yeah. I just don't see a good way out of this.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I think my best bet is to, bearing in mind what you said about the non-centralized database, there's a chance that I can go and speak to her. So I've not actually done, I don't think I've done anything wrong, personally. I've got to sleep on a few guards to get out of a bad situation. So as long as they don't link me to who I actually am, I should be okay. And we are far away from that, so hopefully that's fine. My worry is that if there's some sort of truth detection magic, which there might be, because this is like a diplomatic incident now or something. But I think my best bet is probably to be open and honest.
Okay.
And if I have to, I'll just tell the truth. I'll say I was doing a job for a wizard named Autumn. I'm here looking for Sigris Shadowhand's tower. She put me in touch with these people. I was traveling them with safety through the swamp.
So you're going to head to the magistrate's office as well?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I think we're out of time today. But I bet the after show is going to be pretty good.
Make sure to go to reddit.com/r/Koibu to give us your unbiased thoughts on this episode, guys.
Unfiltered opinions, please. All right, everyone. That's it. We'll catch you next time on Save or Die.
You're a Patreon. Join us on the after show, where we'll be having a really a nice conversation about what's gonna happen next.
Ciao.